So, last we left off, our amazing group of adventurers all came together from their various backgrounds, their various stories, and all met up coincidentally. Was it fate? Was it destiny? Or perhaps the DM? Who knows? Either way, you all found each other and to came to the Flaming Fists, in which you were tasked with the goal of getting rid of the dead three cultists, a very menacing group of individuals who find it very fun and enjoyable to murder people on the street in reverence to their gods. As such, with the Flaming Fist also dealing with the fact that the city of El Terrell, apparently, as rumors say, has vanished from all material plane, from the entire material plane. Roves of people, refugees coming on the streets. The Flaming Fist is finding it difficult to assist that, as well as arresting the apparent troublemakers known as the Hell Riders, who was the official paladin force of El Terrell. Those two military forces are clashing together and creating a scene that is otherwise chaotic in the streets of Baldur's Gate. Now, our three adventurers, now having a fourth on their side, in the form of a very, very naive but incredibly charming Triton elf, now find themselves in the Elf Song Tavern, where they just witnessed a very, very special and honestly perplexing scene as the ghost of an elven miss sang what can only be described as the Song of El Terrell, to which the lyrics everybody should have in their handouts, if you guys want to review those at any point in time. As the music fades and the last notes of the song ring out, hanging in the air for an extended amount of time, the hustle and bustle of the inn slowly gets back to where it once was. That's a bit loud.
It wasn't that loud.
All right. So, before anything else happens, let's go ahead and start everything off with a intelligence check from who has proficiency in religion. Does anybody have proficiency in religion? You do? Go ahead and make a religion check for me, please. All right. So, just kind of looking through and remembering the lyrics of the song that was just sung, the companion that's mentioned in the later bridge of the song actually references the artificial sun that is actually held aloft in the center of El Terrell, the holy city. The companion is known as a very bright beacon of hope for all of those who have faith in the city, and actually possesses qualities such as disrupting any undead influence on the city. Things like fiends, undead, abominations find themselves cowering under the companion's light. You know that just from the fact of your religion experience, and know that was mentioned in the song. And again, you guys should have that handout in everybody's notes. Requiem. Your hands have been just placed down after supporting the song that just rang out, and you find yourself just thinking over and over again about the images that you had in your brain, and everything going on. You've never had that experience of being forced to play a song, but even as you were playing it and supporting the lyre that this elven ghost had, you find yourself playing that song over and over and over again in your head, just thinking about it constantly. You guys are in the Elf Song Tavern. Up to you. The floor is yours.
Oh, I think that was lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, wow, like really, really pretty for sure.
Could have warned me though, eh?
I will take my hand off basically the Triton's hand, which basically Kragan used to hold her from picking up her sword.
She's let it go. No danger.
Had you rehearsed this before, or?
No, I hadn't. I felt like I should just join in and play. And I like knew the song, but I've never rehearsed that song before, and it's not one of my own.
Is this normal, Thalia?
Have I seen this performance before?
You know for a fact that the Elfsong Tavern has this performer that comes on every now and then, but is usually the same song that she performs a couple of times a day. The song that she just sung was something that has never been heard before in the actual tavern. And if you actually look at Alan at this point in time, he's also seeming like sort of like pondering over what he just heard, just kind of like confused about what just took place.
Well, to be entirely honest, I'm a little confused, considering she normally sings another song. But the beauty of her voice and this mystical nature, yeah, that's usually how it goes. It captivates people's attention.
So why do you think she sang this song? Like, do we think it has a correlation with everything going on with El Terrell right now?
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, from our source, the captain, he did notify us that the Flaming Fist was having some sort of conflict with the Hell Riders. If my memory serves me right, the song praised the Hell Riders to charge into the hellish prey and scatter the devil hordes.
Go ahead real quick, Craig, and make a history check for me.
Understood. Oops.
Pouring over the Hellrider name, all that you know has been what's been discussed with Captain Zodge and all the partner members you have. Nothing else stands out to you other than what the song might have in terms of the Hellriders.
I will try to gain some knowledge by turning into our now barbarian. Gathala, any idea why this song praises them and your captain wants to arrest them?
Cathalia, make a history check for me as well. Wow. None of you paid attention in history class. Same thing. All that you know is that, again, what Captain Zaja said is that the Hellriders were the paladin force in El Terrell. Obviously, the conflict of authority is causing fits of violence in the city regarding the Flaming Fist and the Hellriders. But again, nothing else strikes you as odd.
Look, whenever you visit someone else's house, they have a set of rules, right? You can't just go into that house and set the rules from your house at the other person's house. These Hellriders are just coming in, and this is our city.
I see. Well, what's her name? And he will ask the Triton on our team.
Well, you can call me Margot.
My name is Cregan. Lady over here, Requiem, and Cathyla. He'll kind of like
So-
introduce everyone.
She gives everyone like a...
Well, Marco, it is so nice to meet you. Maybe you've heard of me, Requiem. I'm a performer. I have sung all around Faerun. I'm kind of a big deal. Have you heard of me?
She just kind of gives you like a polite smile and... No.
Oh, okay. Wow. I guess I'm not really a big deal here. That's okay. No big deal.
Well, you certainly played well then. Up
Oh
on the
yeah, I'm.
table.
Thank you. Well,
You're welcome.
tough
Well-
crowd.
If you want to show us, you know, how you sound on your
I
own,
mean-
I don't think Alan will be okay with us, disturbing his weird sense of peace here. But my mom works at a tavern. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind if you performed there, and we could grab some cold ones and figure out where we're moving on.
Well, Cathalia, first off, it would not disturb anyone. I am a performer, and I bring joy to people with my art. Secondly,
Art!
I'm sure.
Art!
Secondly, I actually am meaning to speak again with Alan. He told me to come back here and that he had something to discuss with me. So he seemed interested in me performing earlier. I don't see why I couldn't ask him.
Oh, okay. Alan.
He's currently serving somebody at the bar right now, but he looks up, goes, yes. He kind of finishes up his order. He comes to you. Yes, hello. I apologize. I've never seen such an interesting performance from our resident ghost before. Did you enjoy the show at least?
Always
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. Very well done.
Yes, I'm glad. How can I help you all? Would you like another round?
Oh,
for
one
sure.
for me.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Wonderful. He starts taking notes.
So you told us to come back here and speak with you, and that you had.
Of course, me being a man of neutrality, I try to accommodate anybody that comes in with coin. But of course, when they threaten my life and, well, threaten my business, I can't help but find myself caught in the torchlight, as it were. But I wanted to reach out and thank each one of you, Thalia, of course, and you, my fair blue-skinned one, and everybody else, of course. And he kind of stops at Margot, goes,
Margot says you're welcome when you say the fair blue one. She just says you're welcome. You're welcome.
it's kind of, yes, how we... okay. But nonetheless, I just merely wanted to give you my thanks for the situation and humbly apologize for my inaction. He turns to you, Requiem. Are you all right, madam? I must say, I saw you take quite a hit back there.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean,
Oh,
I've gotten
good.
hit in the head more times than I can count, and it did not affect me in any way.
Oh, well, I'm very happy to hear that. For better or for worse, at least. Yes, it was merely me wanting to convey
May now kiss
my
the bride.
gratitude. Sorry? Yes, well, I'll get those drinks right away. Please make yourself at home. I believe we're booked up as far as the inn goes. If you have nowhere to stay, I understand. I do apologize. But again, consider the drinks on the house for the rest of the night. And he cheerfully skips along and starts preparing your guys' drinks.
I do have to remind everyone we are on the job. And we did just get useful information. Alan, please do not take any offense, but we do have private matters to discuss.
He kind of stops, like, as he was walking away, kind of turns back around. Right, of course, I understand. You seem to be busy folk, certainly. I know Cathalia is definitely. Well, of course, you're always welcome here at Descent Tavern. By all means, come and join us whenever you can, and maybe we can share some stories once you're done with your so vital task. What was it? What was it you were doing?
Private state affairs.
Yeah, just some business. Nothing too important. But yeah, we'll be back here. Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. And he scurries along and starts cleaning more glasses. Again, I can't stress this enough. This guy is like a wizard. He grabs one glass, and then a second later, it's clean and it's back in its place.
You're telling me he's good with his hands, huh?
Yeah, sure. If that's what you're gleaning from that, then yes.
No.
As Alan walks away, and we move away from that topic of conversation, Kragan will turn to Margot. I will ask a private question. Why are you here in Baldur's Gate?
Ah, so that's what this place is called, is it? Well, to be honest, don't really know what I'm doing here. I was out in the water, and then I was, well, following a giant boat. It went into port. I came up close by, and then I ran into, you know, that fella you guys found me with out there, and adventure, I guess.
Adventure.
You followed a boat?
Oh yeah, out in the water.
You have a boat then?
No, and she like kind of like kicks up her leg and shows like a little fin down like the back of her calf. Oh no, I got built and boat me.
I am my
My own
boat.
boat. I am my own boat.
Requiem has been listening in like this, like a child, like so excited. Oh my lord, that is so cool. So you're like a fish.
Well,
You-
probably putting it.
that to somebody.
Aquatic is a good way to call it, I guess. A fish, no, I'm
How does
taking
that
fish
happen?
anyway, any day, you know, but
Yes.
water ish. Watery creature.
Wow. Well, you are the first fish aquatic person I've ever met in my life, and I've met a lot of people because I'm a performer and I've obviously traveled the world. So that is so cool. Wow.
How does that happen?
Well, when me mum and me dad,
Well, let's not ask questions we don't want the answer to.
I want the answer. That is so fascinating. I mean, like I'm half, demon and half human. So, like, are you half fish or half aquatic? I'm sorry. This is new.
well,
Kragan will
No.
stare at Requiem with like a face.
Y'all are just so
I'm-
low-key racist right now.
one completely 100% Triton. Through
Wow.
through. Just 100%. No fish
Fascinating.
involved. Got me legs. Got me arms. No gills.
Well,
I'm just a me.
that's very good. We all have different physical capabilities. I, for one, am a ranger. I come from Neverwinter, and I hunt things. I'm very good with the
yes.
sword and the bow. We got Cathal over here. She seems to be proficient in cutting people down with her axe. And we got
That's my
Requiem.
hobby.
And we got Requiem, who is really good at
Singing. And she's a performer.
And
She is a performer. She's travelled the place. She's well known. She's excellent. Yeah, I heard her. I was paying attention. Yeah.
You catch a couple
She
of like
is.
looks from like patrons in the bar.
She is
Uh,
a rowdy, enthusiastic individual. Not
Requiem's
like
gonna
me
do
at
like a
all.
really stupid theater kid, like bow, because it makes the most sense. At this moment.
There's though you see one like guy kind of like lift up like, hey, well done, and then kind of.
I've heard she is kind of a big deal. The reason why I'm telling you this is not to tell you stories, because we want to know what are your capabilities. We just came across something that almost killed us.
What, you talking to me? My abilities?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Well, I don't know. It seems a little silly to have to explain to you, but see, the Tritons, we are the number one protector of the sea, and there is not a single creature, sentient, fish, kind of looks at Requiem, or otherwise, that is more dangerous and more fit and more capable than the Triton. And that's us. However, I spent most of my time in the monastery, but I spent a lot of that time training. Just haven't had a lot of, real experience. This is my first foray up into the world of, feet, legs, walking instead of swimming, that kind of thing. So I would say that my best, but I'm good without a weapon. And she kind of like throws up her fists and does like a little fake punch. And I'm good with a sword. And she kind of pats the sword at her side there. And then she has a pack on her back with like, two like metal thingies sticking out of it. Got me broken, weapon in the back here, so I can't really use that. But I have a lot of uses. I can got a lot of talent. Yeah, that's me.
You're
I
good
like
at cooling, is what I'm taking.
Yeah. Yeah. She doesn't admit that she hasn't killed anything above the water, so she doesn't really have anything to exactly, gauge that to, but underwater, she's a denizen.
Kragan will turn to Cathala. Where we're heading, I don't know if we will face everything just the three of us. Would Captain Zarge be able to fund one more party member, so to speak? We could use the hands, and she seems to be an outsider just like I and Requiem. I'd rather trust an outsider. Everybody here in Baldur's Gate seems to be, for lack of a better word, a piece of shit.
You, Cathalia, you're really nice.
That goes without saying.
Thank you. But yeah, welcome to Baldur's Gate. That's what we're good at,
thank you.
being pieces of shit. But I'm pretty sure
No, I don't
Captain
know if
Dodge
I'm
wouldn't
fitting with
have
that
a
then.
problem.
Well, to catch you
Alright.
up, Margot, we have been hired to deal with a cult problem. The job might involve some killing. You up?
She kind of like looks in between everybody to gauge if the answer is yes, we are going to kill people. Because you never really know, like, with the right crowd writing it there. And she's like, yeah, well deserving, I'm ready to do it.
So, you said you punch people, right?
Yeah, I can. Got really fast hands.
Okay. Punching people. I mean, it works well in bars. I haven't seen it work. How hard can you punch?
Oh, you want me to test ya?
Oh my god, do it, punch her.
Kragan is perplexed.
Punch her in the face.
You can certainly try it.
Do I roll?
Okay, go ahead and roll a hit.
Yeah.
Roll to attack. See your unarmed strike.
That's the right one? Yeah.
All right, does a 14 hit you?
That's my AC.
All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens, Thalia, is Margot kind of stands up and like takes just like a quick stance. You're just kind of sitting there like, hey, I think I've seen that stance before. As she rocks you right in the middle of your chest, almost like one like inch punch style, where you just feel this like pulsing hot like area in your chest where you just get bombarded with a huge fist like right in your sternum.
And she's gearing up for more, because she can do 3 in a single turn.
Margot looks ready to friggin' beat you up right now.
Grin on her face.
Alright.
Smile.
I'll take the punching. Ooh. I like you. I like you.
Ah, more
Yeah.
drinks.
I like this one. You're small, but I like you. You're strong. I don't think Captain Zod will have a problem. Just don't hit me again.
No promises.
Right, it's felt like that's gonna be a big bruise in the morning. All right. So as far as time is, guys, judging by everything that happened, you guys got to Exage, Tavern, Healed Requiem. I'd say it's probably starting to get into the evening, probably about 5:30 at this point in time.
I don't think we're gonna go after the cultists tonight, are we?
I mean, maybe it's just me, but if we have to go to a public bathhouse, there may be less people there at night time.
We could use the cover of the
That's a
night.
fair point. Okay.
I think we should go. We can check it out, and if it's busy or whatever, we can certainly come back.
Okay.
Margot's not sure what's going on, but she nods and will follow all of you. Yes.
Just okay. All right. So,
Before Chris,
go ahead.
May I interrupt you 1 second?
No, go ahead.
Before we do take the action of going to the cultist lair, or supposed cultist lair, I would like to do some shopping. I might request a loan, and he looks at Cathyla, to buy some equipment. Would you be willing to provide?
How much do you need?
Depends on how much it will cost. Let's go to a shop
I
together.
mean, alright. What type of shop are you looking for?
Armor. Could use some.
Alright.
Could use something new.
Is there any place nearby that I can take him?
Baldur's Gate definitely does have a wide variety of armories, shops, things like that. The only distinction is that between the lower city and the upper city. Lower city, where all the general riffraff would be, you're going to find lots of shady business. You might find overpriced deals. You might find people trying to scam you out of your money, low quality. On the other hand, you have the upper city, which is very much, prim and proper, definitely on the wealthier side of town. You'll find more valuable equipment there, but again, you might find it to be on the bit of the pricier side. But though you could ask around, see if anybody has any recommendations. You get your equipment from the Flaming Fist, and so you really don't have any idea where else, what other kinds of equipment, where you might get that from.
I usually don't buy my own. Comes with the job. But how much you're willing to spend?
He'll kind of like double check how much he has. We will see around the range. I just need a better armor than the one I already have. I think I do possess 14 gold pieces, and the necklace that you gave me. See how much I can squeeze out of this, and we'll see what's in our range. Depending how much you are willing to lend, of course. I could use
Alright, I'll present them.
I could use a leather armor that is studded. can take a bit more.
Okay. I'll present them the 2 options, and I'll leave it up to you to decide.
Well, we do have a very extroverted bard on our team. Maybe you can strike a deal for us if we go into the shady areas.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm really good at talking.
We might need it.
All right. Okay, so you guys heading out for shopping?
Shopping, yes. We're gonna go
Alrighty.
shopping, girls.
All right, give me one second.
Just so you know, I'm looking for studded leather.
Studded leather. All right,
Studded.
let's see what happens. Alrighty, so you guys kind of exit the tavern. The air is definitely cooled down. It started to get a bit chilly with the sun slowly starting to set. The red hue of the sky setting in. The cloud is turning pink as the sun starts losing its light and twilight is coming over the horizon. The streets are starting to wane. But you would imagine that the streets are a bit more busier than they would normally due to the amount of refugees in the city, the amount of chaos. But it is manageable at this point. There's not like hordes of people in the streets. Who wants to take charge in locating an establishment?
Margot would have nothing to do with that. Nothing. She's not an in-charge person.
So,
Good to know.
In my opinion, unless you're giving Cathala advantage because, she's a native, if that's not the case, then I will lead the charge. It makes any sense.
This is more or less a check to see if you can just find it rather than knowing where you're supposed to go.
Gotcha.
Cathalia would know where she's going if she's been to a place before,
Gotcha.
but this is a big city. This is New York, essentially. It's like trying to find a mom and pop shop in New York. So if that's the case, then Craig and Eric taking the lead in this.
What does Cathala think about the situation?
Well, look, I normally don't buy my armor. Comes with the job. I buy other stuff. I might know the neighborhood in which to point you, but I don't have very keen eyes.
You get most of your groceries from local supermarkets. You actually get a lot of your supplies from your what is it? The place that your mom works at.
Yeah, tavern. Yeah.
So what I want to happen is, Craig, go ahead and make a survival check for me, please.
Ooh.
This is gonna tell me how well you are at locating what you need to, what place you need to guys find.
That's a
All right,
9.
9
That happened.
on the ranger. The ranger rolled a 9. Everybody on survival.
He's supposed to be
Let's
good
do
at
that.
that, by the way.
Good at skills to do with Ranger. Good at that. Good job.
I try my
I also have a +3. Fuck. Okay.
I try my best.
Okay, so Kregan, you start leading the group through the streets, and you're looking for any kind of indication of a smith. You actually start asking some questions to people walking by about where you might need to go. Half of them just kind of give you the bird and then to keep walking. Others seem to be intimidated by your guys and just try not to make eye contact with you. It seems like the Flaming Fist insignia on Cathalia is definitely creating, again, a presence of power and authority that some
It's
are not
the blue
willing.
people.
No, surprisingly not. It's very clear that the Flaming Fist has a very powerful presence here, and people are not willing to cross that threshold. But be that as it may, with that roll, it takes you a good hour before you actually get some solid choices. So you're slowly encroaching on actual nighttime before you actually have an idea on where you're going. From what you've discovered and who you've spoken to, right near the Elfsong Tavern, there are 3 choices actually. There is the Drum and Hammer Armory, which has a reputation for being uptight and scandalous. You have the Olin's Magics, which is a sort of general store, kind of kooky, kind of. You've heard some rumors about the owner of the establishment not being, quite tight on the head. But you have had people give recommendations, and then you have the Striped Armor Inn, which actually is both an inn and a blacksmith at the same time. They don't get a lot of business.
An inn and a blacksmith. Okay.
Yeah. People complain about the establishment being way too noisy at night.
Well. We should certainly return to this establishment after and if we come at level of that cult thingy. We'll have much more funds. For the first option, you said it seems uptight and scandalous in what sense? Like the owner, or is their work not good?
For the Drum and Hammer Armory, it's from who you've discussed with and actually held conversations with. It seems like the general atmosphere attempts to be upper city, but is placed in the lower city. Terms of just being uptight, wanting to scam you out of your gold. It's a preference thing. People say that the quality is worth it, worth the price, but others say that it's shoddy at best. And the people you're talking to aren't just like people, commoners on the street. You're talking to people who are armed. Even make discussion with some flaming fists that are walking by as well, with Calthalia's help. Yeah, the Drum and Hammer definitely seems. If you've ever been to what's the word? You ever been to Forever 21, where they act like they're fancy but they're not?
I haven't because I'm not an American, but I think I know what you mean. And
then the other option, Ashman, are Olin's Magics, which is a magic store / general store, and the Striped Armory Inn.
So, Requiem, again, please take no offense of this, but I think that the Magic's owner seems to be a bit crazy. I think you and him will hit it off together and you might secure us a low price.
Well, I'll give it a shot.
No particular reason why I think that, but I think that should be our first visit.
Well, you have to be crazy to be successful in the music industry, so I take no offense to that at all. I am very successful. All right, well, I'll speak with him. I don't mind.
Kraven will lead her to the magic.
Olin's Magics. I just put it in the chat.
With a K, okay.
Perfect. All right. I don't have a map for this, but we will use imagination. So going throughout the streets, following the directions that you receive from various individuals, you come across, you take some back alleys, you take some right turns, some left turns, and because of your ability as a ranger to seemingly never get lost in any place that you go to, despite the fact that you've never been there, you actually arrive there in time. The sun has set at this point. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. The crickets are beginning to chirp, and the moon is a very nice full moon up top. You come across the shop, and the front of the shop is what you expect from almost a magic shop in today's day and age. They have windows with various products lined up. You see a sword scabbard. You see a hat. You see some pieces of armor as well. And at the very top, it has Olin's Magics. There is a light inside, and looking through the windows, you don't see too many people in there right now.
I think we found the place we're looking for.
What do you want? What do you want me to bargain for?
All I care about is some armor. Look for studded leather.
Studded leather. Okay, what size are you? You look like maybe a medium or a small?
Medium.
All right, studded leather, medium. Do you have like a color preference? I think you'd look really nice in green or maybe a pink with your skin complexion.
Kragan will stare at her really blankly as he's clad in pure black right now. Black cape, black armor, even the chainmail is kind of like, painted black. Just staring at you silently.
All right, so pink.
Requiem, roll an insight check.
Oh, please fail. Oh, please fail.
You kind of look at him in his face. You kind of look up and down. Burgundy? Periwinkle? It's hard to read.
He's just gonna look at you expectantly, wanting you to say what you want.
Black.
Red.
All right, black. Okay, black. Medium. Medium.
I
Okay,
think-
cool. Are you sure you want black? I mean, it really is doing you no favors.
I'm starting to have second thoughts if I want this armor now.
All right, no, it's okay. It's okay. I mean,
I
you
mean-
don't even. What? Cathalia, do you
She
agree
has
with
a
me?
point, to be honest. Red. Man, red.
Red
would
is
look
very
good.
cool. Red is and blood doesn't show on red. That's
Kragan,
very
Kragan,
smart.
you get the sense that you're being teamed up on at this point in time.
Can you
God damn
please go and get me a black studded leather armor?
All right, you just wait right here. I'll go get that for you.
As Requiem politely skips to the front entrance. Requiem's going in alone?
No, I'm following. And I
You're
have
following?
my symbol of the flaming fist.
Okay, you have that out. Kragan, you're waiting outside?
I'll be handing Requiem 14 gold and a gold necklace, which is supposedly worth 25 gold pieces. I don't know, maybe, perhaps. But yeah.
You got this, Requiem.
I'm going to delete them from my inventory.
I give myself bardic inspiration? You're kidding me.
That is actually an
I-
ability you get later on as a bard to inspire yourself. You cannot inspire yourself as a bard at this point in time, I'm afraid.
I inspire myself every day.
And you do so brilliantly, just not for the game.
Okay, fine. I don't care. Maybe this won't go that great. All right.
All right.
Well, I will confidently walk in.
All right, do you push or
And,
pull?
Does it look like I should push or pull? I will look at the door first. I don't want to be in.
It says push.
I will push the door.
It doesn't open.
I will pull the door.
It opens.
All right. I
Okay,
will go in.
perfect. So you walk in, Cathalia with following behind. As you enter the door swings open, and you hear the ring of a bell. Dingle? Dingle dangle? What's the word for it? The bell what?
Chime.
Dingle?
Ding,
It dingles.
ding or chime.
We're gonna say dingle. The bell dingles. And you walk inside. Yeah, there you go. You walk inside, and it's a very peculiar scene. First and foremost, you walk in, and there's really no rhyme or reason to how the story is laid out. You just see stuff and stuff. There are shelves lined with all sorts of weird knickknacks. You see a pair of pants. You see a scabbard. You see what appears to be some white leather boots, some books, all sorts of crazy things going inside. You start walking forward and notice very quickly that you don't see anybody actually inside. Go ahead and Requiem and Cathalia make me an investigation check, please.
And steal everything.
Investigation
Let me
or
try.
perception? Or sorry.
Investigation, as you're looking through this door. Okay, cool. So you both split up, kind of just looking at each other curiously. You start walking through, kind of poking around. Requiem, you're focused on finding a set of armor to hopefully present to whoever owns this establishment. Cathalia, You're walking through, and you take a path that Requiem doesn't go down. And on the floor, sort of kind of cradling over a pile of various items, you find a skeleton.
Huh. Requiem?
Requiem's gonna be looking around the armor area, and then, hey, what is it?
Skeleton.
Oh, spooky! And she'll walk over to where you are.
Can I
Right?
check it to see?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Because that 18 wasn't enough.
You kind of kneel down to just kind of look at it, and it's very odd. It's a very, very clean skeleton. There's no deformations, there's no blood, no marks, nothing's broken. It seems like almost like someone like ripped it out from a human and placed it there. As you go to kind of like reach to just kind of search it, you start to hear this.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
All right, do you continue your
Hey.
investigation?
Hey!
you shake the skeleton, and for a second it's very odd. You go to grab whatever bones this thing might have, but instead you're met with resistance before you can actually reach the skeleton. It starts moving very quickly and just goes. The skeleton jumps up immediately, like in panic, and stares right at you. You scared me. Who are you?
Yeah. You scared me too. Hi.
You came in here. He kind of like brushes some non-existent hair, and just kind of looks at you both now, staring at him. Right then. Oh, I'm so sorry. What can I help you with?
Are you a skeleton?
He kind of looks at you. I understand. I've been trying to lose weight, so thank you very much for giving me that amazing compliment.
Well, you
You
look
look good.
great. Yeah, we both think you
Well,
look really
thank
great.
you. Well, thank you very much. You're so polite. Welcome to Olin's Magics. My name, of course, is Olin. And what can I interest you in today?
Well, hello. My name is Requiem. Maybe you've heard of me. I am a performer and I am a singer, and I've traveled all of Faerun singing. So,
Wait, no, hold on. He kind of interrupts you with his hands out. You're Requiem? The legendary
You know her?
artist?
yeah, that's me.
Well, of course I know her. And as he's talking, it's a very strange phenomenon. He's speaking and he's making these motions, but he's very clearly a skeleton by every respect. He continues by saying, "Yes, I saw you and your sister quite a few years ago. Obviously, I've changed just a little bit since then, but by all means, you were so beautiful. You, Requiem, and Rhapsody, the twin devil sisters. How could anybody forget? That was such an amazing performance."
Well, that means so much. I feel like nobody in Baldur's Gate knows who I am. It is such a travesty.
Oh, stop. You can't be serious, surely.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. You're the first person who knows who I am.
Oh my goodness, well that is a travesty, my dear. Very, very, very honored to have you in my shop. And he kind of stops and looks around.
The honor
Hey!
is all mine.
My shop, right. Right. Business, of course. You came in not to just talk to me. How can I assist? What are you looking for? Looking for magic items? I have plenty of magic items. I have various wonderful things. I have whatever fits you fancy, as it might.
Well, I'm actually looking for some studded leather armor in a size medium. It can be any color, but black is preferred, although I am keen to pink, so if you have anything pink.
Right, of course. And he waves his hand, and a spectral hand actually appears out of nowhere, holding a notebook, and he kind of lifts a pencil up and starts writing. Right. So medium, studded leather. Of course, I believe I have some in the back. Definitely. You said pink.
No, black first. But if you're out of black, I think the second best option would be some pink.
Of course. He starts jotting down everything. Right, then. Kind of pokes it. Right. I will have one of my servants go and take a look. He waves his hand again, and you see an invisible... excuse me. As you pinch where skin might be, you meet...
Oh, no, I'm not pinching him.
Oh, okay.
Picking up whatever the fuck was in front of me.
Okay, I thought like you were like reaching over to like pinch
Nah.
him, like make sure he's real. Okay,
But now I kind of want to do that.
up to you. He waves his hand again as he's talking, and you see almost like a gust of wind kind of pick up and start shuffling towards the back. He goes on to say, "Right, well, while that's being taken care of, come up to the front. Let's see if I can manage to convince you to get anything else fancy here." And he starts jauntily walking towards the front of the shop.
Requiem will happily follow.
Cathal, are you following suit?
Was I paying attention?
You're very transfixed on the fact that he's a skeleton. But they
Oh,
start
then
walking.
yes.
They start walking in a different direction. So.
So I just see like the little bones in the butt, like going like this.
Yep. A completely naked skeleton, just the bones shifting all the way that bones do.
Interesting.
All right. So he brings you up to the front counter, and he kind of sits you into the front, and he takes his position. There's a ton of... he takes his place behind the counter, and you see various elixirs, various potions, bottles, things like that behind him. And he kind of like ducks down and starts rummaging. Right, so I know that you are definitely a magic user, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. So definitely magic items. He starts scurrying around, and he actually picks up a what appears to be a wicker basket. He places it down in front of you, and he kind of presents it in a very fancy manner. This I do present to you, Olin's wonky wicker basket. Allow me to demonstrate. And he actually takes an apple that was on the counter and places it inside of the basket. As he does so, a disembodied voice rings out from the actual basket and says,
I do believe that this is in fact an apple. It tastes very good and very, very miscellaneous pies.
it kind of presents it like expecting a great reaction.
Requiem will let out a very excited, like, wow.
Yes, I know, very exciting. Olin's wonky wicker basket identifies anything that you put inside of it, although it can be a little persnickety and not helpful with the description of the item, but it can be yours for only 5 gold pieces.
Such a bargain. Wow, okay,
I know.
okay.
I
What
know,
else
I
do you
know.
have?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked! As I smack my microphone. I'm so glad you asked! So he puts that down, and he picks up what appears to be a fake, very brushy, very well-trimmed mustache. He picks it up and says, "May I present to you Olin's masterful mustache? Observe." He places it on his skeleton face, and he kind of waves his hands. Cathelia, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh my god.
So he kind of stares at you, like expectingly, like kind of doing the jazz hands. You don't feel anything different. You don't get any urges or anything like that. Anything?
Not particularly. Oh, wait. No.
He kind of looks crestfallen. Triton, he looks at you, Requiem. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
All right. So at this point in time, you're staring at this mustache, and you it just you can't help but just want to compliment it.
I mean, I think that is just the nicest mustache I've ever seen in my goddamn life.
He looks back up with content. Yes, yes, of course, it is quite magnificent, isn't it? Yes, this magical mustache contains the magical property to, shall we say, take up somebody's reaction to compliment this very, very fine mustache that I have present to you for a very measly 7 gold pieces.
Oh, wow.
Of course, but I have more. He puts
Okay.
his mustache down. And he kind of reaches down and takes out a very, very bright sequin pair of very pink trousers. And he holds it aloft and says, "May I present to you Olin's pretentious pantaloons? This magical pair of pants allows you to have a way with words with most people that you find, if you were to be of the persuasive variety. Only yours for 20 gold pieces."
So wait, what exactly does it do? It just lets you be persuasive?
In a way, yes. I mean, would you not be persuasive with somebody with these pairs of pants on?
Well, I need a demonstration.
Ah, right. One moment. He kind of shuffles around and very awkwardly, like not expectingly, tries to put the pants on. As he's putting them on, you notice they're not actually overlapping on the bones themselves. Rather, they're taking the shape of a human lower body, but the bones are almost like fitting very snugly, not touching the pants themselves, but rather just fitting inside them. He puts them on, and he kind of looks at you, and he says, "Now, my dear, may I persuade you to take a look at my other merchandise?" And he's going to roll. Actually, for the purposes of this, just go ahead and roll another wisdom saving throw. Just for the purposes of this. Okay. So he's talking to you, and with the pants on, he seems... I think you really do want to see the rest of his wares.
Really do want to see the rest of your wares.
The moment you agree with his persuasion, you hear just the sound of confetti and light erupts from the pair of pants. And he almost does a tiny dance as he says, yes, this pair of pants makes it sure that you are very, very persuasive with anybody that you see whilst wearing these pants. Just be careful. If they don't get their way, they can be a little... they can get depressed quite easily. As he starts sliding them off.
Wow, well, that was... wow, that's crazy.
So at this point in time, you see floating towards you what appears to be a folded studded leather armor. And he looks over towards it. And, yes, perfect. I knew we had one in stock. He kind of receives it and places it down. Yes, well, we do have one studded leather armor, of course. And of course, I have many other amazing magical items that I would love you to see. But of course, I don't want to take your precious time. Would you perchance want to buy any of the items I presented to you? Or would you like to look around the shop, see what you can find, things like that? Or anything? He doesn't have the pants on, by the way.
My first question is, how much is the leather armor?
Well, the studded leather armor will run you approximately 45 gold pieces. But of course, since you're the amazing Requiem, and I do so enjoy your music so much, I could potentially lower it down to 40, shall we say? 5 gold pieces off.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I only have 14 gold pieces, and...
Yes.
I have about 22.
22. I don't know. a bit of a low price.
Oh, I have a necklace, and I'll take it out. It should be worth like 25 gold. So that would be that'd be 25 plus. That'd be like, is that 40 gold? That's like 40 gold, I think.
He asks you to hand him the necklace.
Oh, I hand it to him.
All right, he kind of observes it. He kind of moves it around. He places it in the wicker basket.
This is a fine gold necklace worth approximately 10 gold pieces.
Yes. 10 gold pieces. Just 24. Oh, I don't know if I can go that low. I'm afraid. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
And a 25 for the bard. All right. He looks at you, and he looks at the necklace, and he looks at the armor. Tell you what. You come back and bless me with your patronage in the future. And I'll very delightfully take this necklace and gift you the studded leather armor.
You are just the sweetest. That sounds perfect. Also, would it be possible to get those really nice pink pants? I just don't have that much money, but I will speak up that Olin's is my favorite store on the Citadel.
As you're saying this, as you're saying this, his head kind of tilts up. Again, he's not making any expressions this entire time. He's just making body movements. He goes, "Yes, advertising, you say?"
Oh yeah, free advertising in exchange for those pants.
He's really good.
I can see that. I can see. Well, roll another persuasion check with disadvantage.
You know, the Flaming Fist would really appreciate it, though. I would definitely talk with my captain. We could have a whole squad with just pink pants.
You're not that bad.
He looks at you both. Well, very well. He politely folds up the pants and places it on top of the leather armor. My pretentious pantaloons and the studded leather armor for the amazing requiem. And not only will I ask of you to promote Olin's magics, of course, but I will ask that you bless me with a piece of your music. Not now, but sometime in the future, of course.
Oh, of course.
It's perfect. Now then, he takes out a tote bag that has Olin's magics on the top of it, and he places the items in, and actually reaches down, and he has like a stack of like 100 flyers of Olin's magics that he also places inside the bag.
What was the first item?
That he showed?
The first item he showed was a wicker basket that has an identify, but I have identify, so we don't need it.
No.
And then a compliment mustache, which was very tempting.
Also, it sucks, apparently.
I will ask him, though. Before I leave, though.
Yes.
As a Flaming Fist, as you can see. I
Indeed.
tend to get in sticky situations every now
Of
and again. Do you happen to have something that might be useful in any way?
Useful for sticky situations.
Per your opinion, of course.
Well, let's see. Are you the sword user, madam?
No.
Right.
Axe.
axe.
Bread and butter.
Here we go.
He reaches down and he pulls out a what appears to be a metallic rod, approximately 12 inches in length and about 1 inch in diameter. He takes it out and he presents it to you in a showcase manner. May I present to you Olin's movable rod? He puts and no, never mind. Throws it over his shoulder. Keeps looking. Let's see what's for the sticky situation. Right. Oh, yes. This is what you need. He pulls out a leather bag. That's in terms of size resembles like half a duffel bag in size. It appears to be leather in the make, with some runes carved on the front and around the edge. And you see an angry face at the front of this bag. And he says to you, "May I present to you Olin's boisterous bag of scolding. This is a very, very unique bag of which it serves as a bag of holding, definitely. You look like to be able to take an insult once in a while.
I mean,
Allow me to demonstrate." He opens the bag in front of you, and you hear the ringing of a voice from inside the bag. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please. All right, so as he opens up the bag, you hear a voice ringing from inside, and the voice comes out in a very... what's the word? A very nagging voice, as it says to you. What's that? Is that roadkill? Oh, wait! It's just your face! You immediately take 8 points of psychic damage as the bag viciously mocks you.
this apple, I will beat him up.
He recoils and closes the bag again. "I'm sorry, it was just the bag. I swear, I don't know. And your face is beautiful, beautiful roadkill. I mean, it's just beautiful." He nervously, you see his bones start to rattle. For 250 gold pieces. I'm afraid that's everything that might be useful to a flaming fist. I have other wares, though, if you're interested.
You good, Requiem?
I'm fine. Although that is
We're
such
good.
a steal for such a cool bag. If I had more gold, wow.
Yes. He looks at you, Requiem, like knowingly, and then back to Cathalia and kind of shirks back again. Yes, no. Thank you for your visit.
Thank you. I'll see you again soon. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. You as well. Bye-bye.
Bye.
As you exit the store.
Before I exit the store, I'd like to cast thaumaturgy on the armor to make it pink.
Okay. You do so.
All right, cool.
And you will find the pretentious pantaloons. I'll just show it to everybody.
It's amazing.
I love it.
Oh, they restrict movement. Oh, that sucks. But cool.
But they become burgundy if you fail. So you still look fabulous.
He did warn you that the pants can become temperamental.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. I'll take it. Why not?
All right.
All right. And then I will go over to Cregan and I'll be like, "All right, so I got you your armor," and he accepted the price of what you gave me. So here you go. And I'll like dig in the little bag and I'll hand it to him like this.
They only had one color.
Cregan, you see Requiem pull out a very pink set of leather armor, or studded armor.
Did you make the studs like bedazzled?
Oh yeah, it looks like some hideous '90s craft project. Although I don't think
love
any
it.
of you were alive then to understand the level
It's like
of
one of the-
bedazzle.
It's like one of those throw pillows.
Only one color, man. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, come on. I'm just joking. I'll drop my spell. It'll be black. I'll be like, it's black. Your face though. Oh my god, your face. It was worth it.
Cregan will let out the hugest sigh of relief.
Cregan, you swiftly come to the reality that you will not be having to face these cultists in bright pink studded leather armor.
Kraken will take the studded leather armor, will approach Requiem chest forward and look you down. You've started a
I'd tell
war
her.
that you will regret.
Oh shit.
Prank war.
It was just a joke. I mean, come on. I did
He
exactly
turns
what
back
you
and
asked
walks
me.
away towards the...
Wait, but, oh gosh. All right, well. And then I'll just
Good luck,
turn over to
Open.
Talia. I don't know, I think it was kind of worth it. You see his face? Oh my
It was
lord.
funny. I
It was
loved
pretty
it.
funny. All right, worth it. And I'll give her a little high five.
But be careful. I think he's gonna get you back.
I love pranks. I'm fine with it.
As long as you don't prank me, we're good.
Oh no,
Alright?
you're my boss. I'm not gonna prank you. Don't worry.
Good.
She has her fingers crossed behind her back like a child.
Can I tell?
Roll an insight check. You think she's legit?
Cool. All right. Awesome. Good.
I'll
Good.
give a
Good.
cute little salute, and then I'll just kind of little anime walk, following Craig into the bathhouse.
Alrighty. Do you have the pants on, Requiem?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Okay. You now have these very, very bright pink, almost look like bell bottoms, but like a medieval version of what that would be. And they are very pink and they are very beautiful. And you have advantage on any persuasion check that you make while you have these pants on.
Amazing.
What if you hate the color pink? Do you still find them beautiful?
It's certainly objective, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it.
IRL, I hate pink.
Yeah, it clashes with my skin tone,
I feel like Requiem would like pink a lot, so.
and she looks great in it. All right, so where you guys headed?
Bathhouse.
Kraken will...
One.
Yeah. Kraken will walk towards the breast house, the bathhouse, the...
The breast house.
That's,
Alright,
that's on the other side of the city.
Yeah. They got a real nice establishment. You know, it's kind of loud though, so you gotta go like this.
So he will walk to the bathhouse with the purpose
okay.
of making some reconnaissance rather than, you know, just getting inside the bathhouse. What's the time now, DM? Maybe we're a bit late.
So you guys got there about 7 o'clock. You spent, I'll say, 25 minutes or so. You good, Carmen?
My dad just turned the fucking light on and it was like a bat cave in here.
Yeah, so you guys spend like 25, 30 minutes in there, so it's approaching 7:30 at night.
Okay. 7:30 is not that late. I know. Yeah. Kathyla, can you take our colorful bunch and sit somewhere near, get a drink? I'd like to take a look at the place, see what comes in and what goes out.
That's a very good idea. Do you have a way to notify us in case something goes awry?
He'll think for a moment. I will,
Dennis missed it. I'm done.
I'll make sure nothing goes awry.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take him to the nearest bar.
Nearest bar in terms of Olin's Magics or the bathhouse?
Bathhouse.
Bathhouse? Okay.
Preferably same street.
Same street? Okay. All right, so you guys start making your way. The way that you guys headed in relativity to Elson Tavern, you guys actually had to walk in the opposite direction of the bathhouse. And so, Cathalia, you're aware of the bathhouse that the Cactus Flower mentioned. If you guys remember the attributes of the bathhouse that he gave?
Yeah.
All right. So with that information, you guys definitely start heading your way. It takes you walking through the streets, I would say 45 minutes to get to the bathhouse. So you're approaching about 8:15 at night.
8:15 at night. Good. Is it dark outside?
It is dark, yes.
Awesome.
It is dark, and there are torches lining the streets to make light. And there's still people out. This is very much an ever-present city where it truly never sleeps, but there is definitely a shift in daytime versus nighttime. Cathilia, you notice that the nighttime shifts are starting to come out and just make their rounds. The nighttime shifts have a lot more soldiers to each patrol. As is obviously the nighttime in Baldur's Gates becomes more aggressive in terms of crime and murders and things like that. But you guys find no trouble heading towards the bathhouse. And you locate the bathhouse itself. And you see the bathhouse before you, which is a one-storied building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. There are 10-foot walls that enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building itself. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in the water. You attempt to find a tent, like a bar or a tavern or something next by, and you have to walk for like 5 minutes until you find another one. But eventually do. You find the Laughing Otter Tavern. And you guys find yourselves placed there. And Cregan, are you doing this solo?
I'd like to do this. Unless we have like a very sneaky, peeky person on our team, I'd like to do solo.
Up to you guys to decide.
Does any of you, better yet, you, and you look at Margot, how good are you at not being noticed on land?
She kind of like haws. Well, I haven't really tested it out yet, but in the water I'm pretty good. Willing to give it a shot then.
What other options do I have?
You'll
Rather
see
than going off alone.
Requiem will raise her hand. I'm actually kind of stealthy.
Craig will look at you with surprise. How good?
I know it's hard to believe, but I mean, I definitely am better than a 1, 2, 3. I'm like a 4 with stealth. It's. I mean, I'm good at a lot of things. A jack of all trades, if you want to put it that way.
Requiem is just not full of herself at all.
It's called confidence, not arrogance.
It's called believing in yourself, you mean. All right, so who is going? I need an answer. Who's adventuring?
You know, I'm thinking
Guess it's me.
Never had a problem.
with everyone being kind of like sneaky peeky, like I think this could be a team effort, and we could have Cathalia just front for us, being like a flaming fish, just in case shit goes awry. I think this might as well be a team effort.
All right.
Are you okay, Chris?
I'm situating myself.
Gotcha.
But yes. All right. So everyone's heading to the bathhouse.
First of all, I'll lay out what I intend to do to the party.
Oh,
Say that
So-
one more time.
First, I will lay out what I want to do to the party, the information. My goal will be to case the bathhouse, look out for any windows, and see if there is any entrance from the rooftops. If there is any entrance, and I judge that I can enter it without being caught, I could go in and search for, or try to observe, for wherever this secret entrance to the basement of the bathhouse is. If we just go in and we cannot find anything, we just keep an eye out, Cathalia. If possible, you could use your excuse as a flaming fist worker, so to speak, and just patrol the front area, see who goes in and goes out. Requiem and Margot could be some sort of distraction, and I could be the infiltrator.
Alright.
And if everything goes awry while I'm inside, I'll try to give out a signal. Hopefully there won't be anything going wrong, but if there is, we have to take the bathhouse by force.
Well, if something happens, just yell fuck real loud. We'll probably hear you.
I'll depend on you for that.
Alright. I'm pretty perceptive in that regard.
We are.
Alrighty, so let me just adjust a few things real quick.
Let's use the cover of the night, boys.
I'm a girl.
Boys is
Yeah, you have all
Yeah,
experience.
you say that, Kraken, and then you look and then notice you're the only guy here.
I'm sorry, I don't see gender.
Okay.
No.
Perfect. All right. So, Kraken, what are you doing right now?
Right now, I'll be standing from wherever we're sitting at the bar, and I will walk a bit ahead from the party, kind of like try to detach myself, maybe 50 feet ahead of the party, and try to circle as best as I can the bathhouse and see if I can find some sort of 10 feet high, kind of like not wall, but whatever the things that is encircling this, or like some sort of entrance that I can use to go in sneaky peeky like.
Okay. So you begin circling the building itself, and you notice there's really nothing outwardly suspicious about the bathhouse itself. It seems to be, again, there's 10-foot walls that enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building itself. But you take a gander around the building. You catch the eyes of some people walking by, but they don't pay you any mind. Generally speaking, from what you can see right now, there's really no other way inside the bathhouse other than the front entrance.
And do I get the sense that I could just walk in from the front entrance?
The door does not appear to be locked, and there are two closed wooden doors to the courtyard of the bathhouse, just kind of like closing it off if perchance any customers want any privacy, which it could be closed, it could be open. You haven't tried actually entering the building yet.
I understand. Are there any guards outside?
There are no guards posted.
Gotcha. I will walk in, very inconspicuous.
All right. You inconspicuously walk into the courtyard, and we will do a scene change.
So
I will guard the door.
Ooh.
I can hear the water. Holy shit. That's nice.
It's like we're really there.
All right, so Karen, you step inside.
Into the court.
And
I'm guarding the door.
let me read you.
I'm guarding the door.
So this L-shaped courtyard features a trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph tipping a jug that spills water into a circular stone basin. You currently see
Buena?
nobody in the courtyard itself.
I will try to move. How foot high is this building?
That building itself is roughly the same height as the walls, approximately 10 feet tall. Actually, no. 10, so 10. So it's looking to be... Yeah, it's single story, so 12 to 15 feet tall.
12 to 15 feet. I'll first try to look through the window as I try to walk basically right over here. I'll try to look through the window, try to not get noticed and see what's inside.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check, please.
Of course.
Shrubbery! All right, you think you're stealthy. You peer through the window, and you do actually see a few individuals still relaxing in the bathhouse. You see a man and a woman conversing with one another, and to the far left, and you see an older gentleman on the far side of the building. He appears to be asleep.
Okay. Do I see any doors that lead to other rooms?
You do. From where you are, you can see that there is one door that leads to a different place. You're not quite sure where that place is exactly, but you do see a different door. And then you see the main entrance off to the side right here.
Gotcha. I'll try to circle the building. I'll just walk sort of here. I don't see any people, right?
There is currently nobody that you can see.
Okay. I'll not make myself known. Would I be able to just like kind of like as I see kind of like take the room in? Would I be able to see a place where I could climb from to the roof of this place? And is this roof like a tiled roof, or is it like a terrace, so to say?
It's tiled, so you look up, and then it does appear to be, clay tiles, kind of like bent outwards, and then it comes up to a point, and then it does appear to level off.
Gotcha. So coming backwards, did I see any way to climb on top of it?
The walls themselves are only 10 feet tall. Around you, there's really nothing you can climb on. There are some shrubs. There are the fountains themselves, but they don't look like necessarily sturdy per se. Of course, you could attempt anything that you desire at this juncture. Okay. I will say that you do have the potential to climb onto one of these statues and then make the jump. If you want to do it that way, then I will require an acrobatics check.
Okay. Yes, I will. I will actually do that. This one seems okay with you?
Yeah, it seems fine to me.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that roll. All right, fair enough. So you kind of start climbing on top of this statue. It's a large woman pouring water into a basin. So you have to unfortunately grab a few sultry places as you're climbing up top. But eventually do make it, and then you kind of gauge like, okay, so that's 5 feet away. So you jump off and just barely hook your hand onto the wall. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me as well.
Oh, that's not bueno. Okay, that is bueno.
Good enough. And you manage to pull yourself up onto the wall. Just for the sake of everything, I'll just keep you where you are, and you're just on this wall right here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll give that a second. Does anybody else want to do anything while we're doing this?
I'm trying to keep an ear out in case I hear someone yelling fuck or shit hitting the fan in either direction.
Okay, go ahead and just make a perception check. This will tell me how well you're listening as he's doing everything. Okay, good to know. You keeping your ears out? Requiem, Margot, you doing anything?
Yeah, Requiem wants to kind of go in and just look
Margot's
around.
just following, so she'll probably follow. Like, I feel like she's gonna be like Requiem's like little puppy shadow. So where Requiem's going, she's a footstep behind.
Okay. Sounds good. Requiem, are you going to go inside?
Yeah, I'd like to go inside and what are the is there any? Can we go? I guess we'll just head in. Okay.
All right. So you, Cathalia, you see the other two immediately head in.
Alright, I'm gonna take another look.
Captain America's been here.
I'm gonna slip inside and close the door.
All right. You slip inside as well. The bushes are bushes. These little stars right here are the statues of the nymphs, and these right here appear to be benches. Like marble benches.
Can I cast Identify on the statue?
You may.
It's got a star. Must be special.
You find the statue to be... you are aware that it is a plumbing-based water fountain, and there is nothing special about it.
That was a waste.
Because I'm nice, I'll say that you can take 10 minutes and cast that ritually.
Okay, thank you.
But that'll be it for what you're doing right now.
That's fine. I'll just be at a statue and I'll just be like running my hands through the water.
Shapes and colors. Margot, as you kind of come up to this other side, peering down the L, you see Cregan one-handed off hanging on the wall, starts eventually like climbing his way up.
Oi! What you doing over there?
Shh.
She whispering.
Margot, what are you talking to?
She's just like, what's he doing? He's got fall.
Oh.
Yeah, Craig, and you're not stealthy while you're doing this, by the way.
I'm just trying to reach the top, man.
Me either, apparently.
Requiem's gonna look back at the two ladies who are near her as she's running her hands through the water. Y'all, look at this fountain. It's so wet.
That's what she said.
Hey, let's go. All right. Cool. Kragan, you're now on this. You're on the wall. The roof is going to be a bit difficult to climb up. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and make acrobatics with disadvantage.
Acrobatics with disadvantage. That is going to be a 16.
Okay, even then, you manage to kind of hoist yourself up and not stealthily per se, because again, these are hard to have your footing on, but you do manage to keep your footing and crawl up to the top. What you see at the top is actually you see, what's the word? You see lattice covering the top. It's not actually a solid roof. It's a lattice of wooden beams that kind of encompass the entirety, the center of the main building.
Gotcha.
But you do appear unnoticed, and you do appear to have full range of everything. For the sake of this, I'll just say that you're above right here. You can see what's going on below. There are holes that you can peer through the lattice work.
Gotcha.
You notice that there is a room right here,
Okay.
and some wooden columns keeping the roof aloft.
I will try to be stealthy, of course, as I move very quietly. And so in my head right now, it goes that whatever entrance there might be to the basement, it cannot be here in the main fucking hall. So Kragan will go and check for the other rooms, see if he finds anything inconspicuous. Do the other rooms share the same feature of the ceiling? Can I look like down below?
No, you cannot. They are solid woof. Woof.
Gotcha.
I keep saying woof. That's solid woof.
I do this. That's fine. I say whoop.
Since this is the first door that I saw, I will kind of like navigate on top of that and kind of like peek, over the wall to see if there is any windows that lead into that room.
There are not.
Oh, shit. And if I was to do it for this room?
You travel over here. There is a window into this room.
Okay, I'm very interested in this room now. I will go back.
Okay,
and
back to the
jump-
courtyard.
Yep, and jump down to where my teammates are.
All right, make an acrobatics check, please.
I shall...
Breaks his leg.
Oh, Jesus.
Easy day for the ranger.
Can you do like a dismount, like a gymnast?
Yeah, he kind of like, and then does a huge leap, a backflip, and then lands perfectly on his feet.
As I do gymnastics.
Requiem, you are just now finishing up your identification of the water fountain.
Awesome. Can I fish any coins out of the fountain? If people like threw coins in here, can I just like pick out any coins?
Steal people's wishes.
I'm not. They put it here. It's free.
Fuck their wishes and take that money.
Make a perception check. You find a single copper
No.
piece.
Oh, I take it happily.
You have a stolen wish. Mark that down in your inventory.
One stolen wish. I'm gonna use this later.
All right. Kraken's on the floor. What are you guys doing?
At the display of gymnastic abilities, I'm gonna go rush over to him. And what did you find? Why the fuck were you climbing? Dude, why?
It would be better to know where we're going once we're inside rather than just walk aimlessly.
There
I
are
think-
doors.
Y'all,
What?
look what I found. I'll hold up the copper piece.
Well,
Where'd you get that from?
The fountains, they just have money. People just left money in the fountains. Who does
Can
that?
you just steal?
I mean, they put the money in the fountain. It's not stealing. The fountain doesn't spend money.
I'm gonna overlook it. Because it's just a coin.
I'll slip it in my pouch.
There are doors. You could have just opened them. Or do you like the flashy style? You look
doors,
like you like the flashy style.
doors are fine. I just like to know where I'm going. We do know that this is potentially a base for cultists. We don't just want to walk in. Now, I think I know our point of interest. There is a room that doesn't have any windows. And I presume if it has the entrance to the dungeons, that would be that room. Otherwise, a room in the southern corner does have a window. It would be subject to being spied upon. The main room definitely isn't. So my plan is we walk in, we ask what services they provide, and if there is any service they provide in that specific room, that's the service we take. We go into that room, we investigate, see if we can find a secret entrance.
The cultist room. The one without the windows.
The one without the windows. Hey, potentially there's nothing there, but it's the best lead we got, I'd say.
I mean, I would agree. It's not like we
That's
have
not
that
fair
much
with being
else
prepared.
to run on.
Nothing wrong with being prepared.
I'd presume that their basement should be in the sewers. We could also just dig in and see where this water is going.
That's probably a good idea. Where it's coming from and where it's going.
One check in the room first.
All right,
Yeah.
check the
I
rooms.
agree.
All right, is everybody going in?
Yeah, our plan, Chris, because you weren't listening, we're going in and asking what services they provide, and if there is any service that they provide in this room, that's a service we will take.
Hiding the flaming fist symbol. Putting it inside.
Okay.
Thugs,
Okay.
what services you provide?
Do you
We're not here to rob you. We just want to spend some money.
Very good. All right, so you guys go ahead and head inside. Everybody's going in, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty, where are you, Margot? There you are. All right, so you guys open the doors, and as soon as you do, the humidity of the room immediately hits you. But it's a very pleasant mixture of the cold breeze coming in from the top and the warmth rising up from the bottom, and those two are just kind of swirling, and it's a very, very pleasant atmosphere. If it weren't for the fact that you were all wearing armor, you might be enjoying it. But you are not naked, so therefore it is quite humid in here.
Well,
Well, be that as it may. You guys walk in, and you immediately catch the looks of these three commoners that are just sitting here enjoying their night. This man over here is still sleeping, but no one pays you any mind, seemingly not wanting to cause any trouble. You guys heading for this room, yeah?
Is there like a counter place, or we can like?
Doesn't appear to be.
Kragan will nod at the patrons of the place. Is there any person who we could turn to if we required any of your services?
The gentleman of the couple over here turns to you. You see that he's a half elf, and he says, "Yes, just over there in that room, they provide massage services for those who have the coin. The one on the left, of course, is the changing room and secondary massage, if you will.
Are they good?
Is everything all right?" Well, I've never personally had a massage here, but I've suppose they hire people for them, and they would be quite good. I mean, bathhouse is owned by the Duke, so I would imagine that she provides exemplary services.
Splendid. Cathella, what do you say? Do you fancy yourself a massage?
Oh, yes, I do. Long day to work.
Okay.
Alrighty. What are you guys doing?
Terrible. I'm playing in the water.
Margot jumps in, cannonball style, into the water, causing the hot water to spray outwards, watering the nearby shrubbery, catching the very dirty look of the woman with the hat. Margot is enjoying herself.
Margot, have you ever tried a massage?
No, but I'm
Well-
down for anything for this.
Well, get your ass up. We're getting you a massage, and Cregan will start marching towards the door.
She does indeed get it up and follow Frickin'.
All right.
Oh, sir, do I need to be naked for the massage? I don't like being naked in front of people. I don't know.
All right. So immediately upon entering the room, you realize very quickly, Cregan, that this is not a very large room. But nonetheless, you all attempt to shuffle inside. And once you get inside, you see that it is it's furnished with a table in the middle of the room, with a cloth and some towels on the side. Underneath the table with the bed, you see some jars of what appear to be some various perfumes, oils, things like that. As you guys walk inside, you immediately catch the attention of the human woman with long black hair and olive skin. You guys all barge in, and she goes, "Oh, hello. I'm so sorry. This is not a party room. But is anyone wanting a massage, a service?"
It certainly do
Actually,
bigger from the outside.
hi. My name is Requiem. I am a performer and entertainer. Maybe you have heard of me.
You approach the masseuse, and she goes, I apologize. I haven't heard of you per se. I'm more into, not into the bar scene, if you will.
It's all right. Well, either way, the Duke has heard of me, and I have been hired to perform, and I was told to come into this room that we might be able to be led down to her, or, him, or... I was really just given the name Duke.
Make a deception check with disadvantage. Actually, no, because you have the pants on, it would be... So just make a normal... No, actually, it's not persuasion, it's deception. So yes, make deception with disadvantage.
While she is talking to the chick, can I kind of look around the walls and run my hands around them, just kind of idly walking around the room, but actually purposefully looking for secrets?
Yes, go ahead and make a perception check, please. So the masseuse looks at you and says, you were offered a massage by Duke Thamura of Venthyr herself?
So I'm, sorry, I might need to, explain myself. I'm with the, Flaming Fist. I'm her, escort. There is this, grand event, and, I was told to bring her over here for some sort of pampering or something. I don't know. And then I have to take her back to the activity.
Okay, so she, upon revealing the Flaming Fist insignia, she immediately, says, I'm so sorry. I can't, the Duke, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you both to leave. I don't want. Wait, there's no reason to have any sort of excitement in here. I'm merely a masseuse. I don't. There's no reason for any of this. Truly.
Insight.
Go ahead. Margot, as you're searching the room, the masseuse actually kind of gives you a look of just annoyance, you do not find anything with that check.
I assumed, yeah.
Insight, she seems like she's just annoyed that you guys came in and started obstructing her workplace.
Can Cregan take a hit as all this has been happening? Can Tegan take like just like kind of like try to observe the room and try to observe her as she speaks? What I'm asking basically is him just like looking for a secret door, or some sort of like, trap door or anything. I'm assuming loose to the ground, and roll an insight. Basically, try to see what she says. Your call though.
Okay.
That's a lot of stuff, Dennis. Yeah.
So
Look
you
for a door.
go ahead, just choose either or, insight or perception, on what you want to do.
I want to check for the secret door. That's priority.
Okay, go ahead and make it a perception check, please.
Perception?
Perception, yeah.
Come on.
All right. So as you're watching the conversations take place, and the masseuse's starting to get a bit aggressive in terms of her wanting you guys to leave, you step backwards and just kind of run your eyes through the work of the room, and you definitely notice a line on the north side of the wall, starting from the top and going to the bottom.
Okay, makes sense, because we can see on the map that there is something there.
You don't know.
Well, didn't you go around the building too?
I did, but see, we don't
So
know
like
what
this doesn't fit.
Yeah.
In
what you were
context
about.
of what's inside, it's not super clear. If you guys did enough, like in and out, you probably would have been able to discern that there's something there.
Okay. So Cregan will not make any rash conclusions.
I'm really sorry then to bother. This must have been just some sort of confusion. She's very well known. She has a sister, was it, that you performed with? Very talented.
Yeah,
But
Rhapsody, Requiem and Rhapsody. And I'll use thaumaturgy to make myself look really shiny.
but nothing. It's Duke. Lamna really wanted me to escort her because some weird stuff's been going on and whatever. But
I was unaware that the Duke Thamura had jurisdiction over the Flaming Fist.
he does not. But
She does
sorry.
not.
I misgender a lot.
Cregan,
She starts eyeing you very carefully.
Cregan will check the door
I got my
behind him.
Yeah.
Is the door closed behind him as he checks it?
He locked it.
It would be closed, yes.
Okay. Cregan will kind of like start to approach her to the side, and he walks forward with the intention of like backing her up against the wall.
now.
She does so.
Okay.
And as you're doing this, she goes, look, there's no reason to get.
I got a couple of questions. First question is, why are you asking so many questions?
Answer his question.
Make a intimidation check, Cregan.
Okay.
Seeing the overwhelming advantage you guys have, you actually start to see tears forming as she says, look, I don't want any trouble. Truly, if you're here for something, I can give it to you. What do you want to know?
Is there an entrance to the sewers?
The sewers, no, but there is a secret door along this wall right here. And she runs her hand over to the side.
Where does it lead?
I don't know. The Duke and her brutish son Mortlock has come in and so many times, and they threaten my life every time they come in. I don't know what they're doing down there. But I don't think it's good. Obviously, if they're hiding underneath the bathhouse. But truly, I tell you, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. They just tell me to not be here during the night, and and do not let anybody know that they're here.
Craig will take a step back. With that for insight, I'm guessing he has no idea if she is innocent or she's just lying to him right now.
Even with that insight check, she, with the tears welling in her face, she doesn't appear to be lying in any way.
I apologize for taking such a strong approach. And Kragan, like, I'm assuming he has already seen the wall. He was just asking, like, the reason he was asking questions is to, like, gauge if she was an accomplice or something.
Sure. She does not appear in any way to be affiliated with any ne'er-do-wells or wrongdoings that are currently taking place.
We were sent by the Flaming Fist to take care of the problem that you have. We would appreciate your silence. If any reinforcement comes from above, pray to God that I will die, because if I survive, I'll come for you. And he will push open the door.
Okay. No check needed. She is very silent and nods very feverishly. You push the door open, and you see before you stairs heading downwards.
Are they in there? Is anyone in there?
No one that you can see right now.
No. To her.
Oh, to her.
I'm asking.
She says, I don't know. My shift just started an hour ago. The Duke Thermora's son, Mortlock, does frequent quite often. But whether or not he's in there, I'm not certain. I truly have no idea what's going on down there.
How much do you get paid a day?
2 silver, sir.
I will hand her 2 silver. Take it off. Take a day off.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Gotcha. Oh wow, I'm not really good at persuading. Actually, I'm pretty good at persuading people.
Yeah, that was a good roll. She takes it, clasps her hands over it, and kind of nods. She looks to try and say something, but then shakes her head and walks out the door. Let's get out of here!
Wait, before she leaves, can I stop her? And I'm gonna hand her one of Olin Magic's flyers. And I'm gonna say, before you go, here, take this with you. If you mention my name, Requiem, at Olin's Magics, you'll receive a nice discount. And I'll just give it to her.
I'm 25. Not a big
really
deal.
Smile.
She takes the flyer with tears like down her cheeks as she's having this horrible night. And she takes it, kind of looks at you like not believing you, but then she thank you, and starts hurriedly exiting the door again.
Bye now.
Oh my god, it's freaking Gilmore all over again. Okay. So, is it down the stairs time for all?
Oh, I'm going. Margot is excited.
All right. What is the marching order?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask. If we could.
I'll go first.
We don't.
Okay.
But. You know what? My health is kind of low because that punch really did something on me. Go first.
Plus, you got verbally assaulted by a bag.
Plus, I got verbally assaulted by a bag. I wanted to kill the bag.
You guys could have taken a short rest at any point in time.
I thought we were going to.
Sleep is for the weak. Sleep when you're dead.
We don't have time to die. Let's go.
Was not established. Sorry, guys. All right, you guys got to let me know when you want to take short rests, by the way.
No, yeah. I thought that was the plan when Kragan was gonna go scout, but then we ended up all deciding to go.
Mm-hmm.
So short rest.
Sorry,
down
man.
the toilet.
Sorry.
I mean, our DM could be gracious and be, by the time you travel to that place, you could have gotten a short rest while
No, because a
walking."
short rest is relaxing and not doing anything.
To help us.
Yes, it is when you're the DM.
Shut up.
Okay.
So you guys start heading down towards the depths.
Who is behind me?
So we got Cregan up front. I saw Cathalia first, so Cathalia second, Margot third, and then Requiem in the back. Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right. You guys start walking down into the depths.
I will communicate to Cathalia to stay 10 feet behind me at all times while we're exploring the dungeon.
We'll do so.
All right.
Not even
keep that in
question it.
mind. As you guys are walking down, Cregan, there are no sources of light in this establishment. As you continue down, it is becoming very clear that you are not able to see.
When do we get level 3 again?
Oh, sweet.
You
I
don't
had
know.
dark vision. Did you give my token that? I have dark vision. Does my token have dark vision?
It
My
should.
token has dark vision.
I also have dark vision.
So as
Move,
you're walking
Cregan.
down,
Puny human.
As I walk down and I see that the area around me, my eyes cannot adjust properly to the darkness in order for me to see. As I keep walking very slowly, try to check for traps and everything, I will light up a torch.
okay, you have, what is the radius of light for that?
20 feet, normal light, bright light, an additional 20 feet, dim light.
Understood. Okay, you should have that now.
Okay.
All right. Let me get this set up real quick.
Oh, dun sound.
No, thank you.
All right.
Dungeon.
You guys walk down the stairs, and eventually you come to what appears to be a large room. The floors of this dungeon, for all intents and purposes, are flooded, and therefore are difficult terrain. The dungeon's
for me?
rooms. Because you're not swimming, I will also include that for you because you're not making the swimming motions that would make it would make it that. The dungeon's rooms, corridors, and staircases are hewn from limestone and unless otherwise stated. You guys walk down, and you start noticing that the air is growing colder and colder and colder as you're walking down. The walls themselves are made of stone and dirt, and you guys travel downwards and find yourselves inside the dungeon.
Awesome.
So how we're going to do this real quick is that we're going to do this pseudo initiative style, where every person will get to kind of say what they explore, say what they do, and then we'll go one after another as to not like have a bombardment of people trying to do things all at the same time. Sound good?
Cool.
Cool. So we'll do that in marching order then. Cregan, you upon entering the room, what do you do?
I will illuminate the room, and moving forward, I would like to check for secret doors in any room that I get in. I would say for Cregan it's like a second, like a hunch in every room that he goes to check for secret doors. So what role would you want me to roll for this?
Okay. For checking traps and secret doors, that would be investigation. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay. It will be with advantage due to my Dungeon Delver.
There you go.
That will be a 17.
So you're trudging through this room, and again, the water is approximately 2 feet high. So definitely up to the knees, the hips of most, the waist of some. As you're trudging through the water, you look around the room that you're in currently. You find a passage this way.
Okay.
That does not appear to go anywhere, and a passage this way appears to lead down a dark corridor.
Okay.
No traps and no secret doors to be found.
Even in this room below, right?
When you go in there, if you're investigating this room, you actually find an engraving on one of the stone tiles that makes up some portions of the wall. You look, and it is not. What languages do you know?
Let me check, because I do know a lot of languages. I know Abyssal, Infernal, Common, Sylvian, and Celestial.
Jesus fucking hell.
This is not a language that you know, unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Common.
I know Primordial.
Kregan will kind of like speak. Now, you will notice that Kregan navigates this, even though his kind of like water is up to his thighs, he will move as fast as he would move inland. Due to my ranger abilities, I ignore difficult terrain. He will walk into this room over here and look at the engravings, try to decipher them for a second himself. Come take a look at this.
You guys start walking inside. Cathalia, what languages do you know?
Common, Orcish, Infernal.
You immediately recognize this as Orcish. And upon reading it, you read a very crude, but still there, able to read. Kiki. Go ahead and Cathalia, make a investigation check for me real quick. So you see this name engraved, and immediately you feel your heart start beating as you run your fingers over the brick that it's in. You look inside what appears to be a hollow stone brick, and you find a letter.
I immediately take it out and read it.
You will find that in your handouts. As you guys see Kiki, Cathalia, immediately run her hands over this and pull the brick out and start reading. You see her face, even in the dim light in the corridors of this, her face just start getting moist in the eyes as she's starting to read this fervently.
Is everything okay?
Cathalia, you okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'll just put it away.
Okay.
I'd love to roll an insight check on that. Really suspicious thing that just happened.
Go ahead. Hard to read.
Yeet.
Judging by her reaction, it's definitely something that's very important to her, but you're not quite sure what it could be. All right.
Shall we continue moving?
Yep. So that's going to be anyone's turn. Requiem, do you want to do anything specific in terms of exploration?
Not as of now. I'm going to just be following the group since it doesn't seem like there's much in this room whenever we go to this passage.
Okay. So you start heading down towards here. Go ahead and move your token. As you're walking down, you notice. So you keep walking down, and again, this water is foul. It is horribly like sewer-smelling refuse, just stagnant water. You hear the drips coming from the ceiling. This is a very unpleasant place. But you continue walking forward down this corridor.
Okay.
Once you reach this certain point, you guys see some stairs leading upwards, again carved out of the ground, which appears to be some limestone. And you guys see that there are stairs leading out of the water.
Okay. As I walk to the stairs, keeping a distance in front of my teammates, do I see any tracks or anything relating to anything passing by over here?
Make a perception check, please.
Okay. Now, I will roll with advantage, but do not take the advantage. The advantage is just in case if these are undead and you don't want to reveal it. If that makes any sense. I do have favored enemies.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to go pee. Careful, yeah, 10 feet behind.
You're good. Yeah. So you observe the floor, the water from the room before, and the moistness of the ground now. It's hard to tell, but you do see movement. Not necessarily tracks, but you do see movement.
Gotcha. I'll continue walking, carefully looking for traps at all times, of course.
Of course.
Will you keep the investigation that I did earlier, or will you have me roll another one every time?
I will have you keep that for now. We'll say for every section of the dungeon, I'll have you make an insight check or investigation.
I'll depend on you to tell me when.
Okay. You're
So,
good.
I'll move very carefully to the dead end, where there is a door, I presume.
All right. As you guys are following behind Cregan, you approach this door, and you see that it is actually a iron door. The door bears a carving of Baal, the chaotic evil god of murder. He's depicted as powerfully built, skull-headed man with long curved blades where his hands should be. You know this only because of the discussion you guys have had with the context of the Dead 3.
Do I see any place to open this, like some sort of handle, key lock, anything that would indicate there's an opening?
There appears to be a doorknob that you can open.
Okay. I'll first of all inspect that doorknob from distance, seeing if it's related to some sort of mechanism or anything.
You may.
Okay. What do I roll?
If you're not like actually like physically touching it, then it'd be perception.
Perception. Oh, okay.
Okay. You run your eyes along the edges of the door, seeing if there's any specific contraptions. There's not appear to be anything tied at this door.
Very quietly, do any of you magic users have a way to detect if something is imbued with magic?
Do. And I'll happily skip up to the front, and I'll use Detect Magic on the door.
Okay. You cast your spell.
I'd like to cast it ritually as well.
Okay. So you take 10 minutes and you run your hands not on the door but over it, casting the spell. You see everybody as she's doing this that a very faint blue light is just over her hands, like a blue light, as she's kind of running over it, seeing anything, trying to notice any auras. As she finishes, you find nothing at this point in time. However, you can keep that up for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the door seems like a door.
Understood. Stay close to me. I could use that fancy trick of yours. And Kragan will kind of like beckon her to go back, as he'll try to open the door.
Okay. The door opens, and you find yourself all within this room here. This room, let me real quick bring this up. This appears to be a chamber of some sorts. You do, however, notice the two other doors here as well. The east door appears to be a carving of Bane, the lawful evil god of tyranny, who is depicted as a tall, armored man wearing a bucket helmet. His right gauntlet is painted black and clutches a set of shackles. On the south door, you see a carving bearing the resemblance of Myrkul, the neutral evil Lord of Bones. He's portrayed as a cloaked figure whose face is hidden underneath a cowl. In his skeletal hands, he clutches a screaming human skull. And then, of course, to your west, you do find a corridor that appears to be going down some more stairs.
All right, well, which way should we go first?
I'm tempted to leave the spooky doors for last.
Well, yeah, so we go where we can see before we open any more doors.
Right.
Kragan will nod and he will continue forward on the left.
Requiem's gonna follow close, but not too
close.
close. And
Okay.
just be kind of like, doing this like all around her to detect any magic.
Okay. As you're following along the path, you notice right here, the back wall of this dry alcove is hung with a 5-foot wide, 7-foot tall tapestry. As you kind of put the torchlight up, you notice that it depicts a grisly scene of 4 faceless figures ripping apart a 5th figure who is screaming.
Jesus. Is it magic? Do I sense magic off of it? Am I close?
For this purpose, go ahead and roll an investigation, please.
Who?
Okay. So, keeping your concentration of detect magic, you kind of, not without touching it, run your hands over it.
I don't
you
want to touch it. Ugh.
No, you're not. You're just over it.
Okay.
You don't detect any magic. However, you do notice some yellow mold growing around the edges.
Ew, gross. This is moldy. Ugh. Requiem's gonna step away from it. Yeah, y'all. There's like gross mold growing off here. I wouldn't touch it. Mold is gross, dirty.
Let me see what I have in my monster pack. See if I can take a sample.
You're attempting to get some of the mold?
I'm not touching it. Hell no. After what I've read in Curse of Strahd, mold is bad.
Hey. That's
Mold is bad IRL.
No, thank you, no.
Nah. You don't want to touch any mold any day. That's a bad thing.
Except cheese. I love cheese.
Not a fan of blue cheese.
There's nothing I can use. So I'll just look at the tapestry that you just said, like the painting, walk forward to it and face it. Does it indicate, like from what I'm getting, is this some sort of ritual that I kind of like can come to the conclusion that this is going to be practiced in this place?
Make a religion check.
Gotcha. You're making
Take
me
into
do...
consideration like the doors and stuff.
Say that again?
Take into consideration like the doors and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
It's hard to say. It does appear to be some history of the Dead Three, though from what you can glean from that, it doesn't say much to you.
gotcha. Well, I'll turn my back to it, and I'm so tempted to check if there's anything behind it, but I won't for now. I'll walk
Alright.
forward into this room.
Kragan is going forward. Does anybody else want to do anything before we continue?
I'm keeping an eye out on the walls. If I see anything.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Margot does splish splashes in the water.
Margot is treating this like a rainy day.
Having a good time.
Having a good time. So, once you enter this next room, 3 wooden beams brace the ceiling of this flooded chamber, which features a stone altar covered with entrails in the northeast corner. Hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot-tall steel mask cast in the form of a frowning human skull. And I'll go ahead and put that in the chat for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I'll walk to it. Will you allow me to make like a check to see if these are human entrails or animal?
Make a nature check.
What? Nature. Okay. I'm not good at this.
Are you still doing your magic thingy, Requiem?
Oh yeah, for 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, you still have it for a solid, 8 more minutes. Kragan, you walk up and you're pretty sure this is human entrails. With the sheer size and the display and the fact that these cultists seem to really enjoy humans dying, these are probably humans.
Moving on forward, Cregan will pull his longsword and be at the ready for any encounter further into the dungeon.
All right, before we move, anyone else want to do anything?
I'd love
What's
to. Oh, go ahead, Cathalia.
What's up?
What's happening? I'm taking out my great axe.
Oh, I would love to like see if I hear anything. Do we hear whispers or footsteps or the sounds of anyone near us?
Make a perception check. Pretty good. You stand very still and you just kind of wait and just kind of close your eyes and see if you can hear any odd sounds. Nothing other than the slow dripping of water is all that you hear.
Cool.
And the
Well,
hum-
it doesn't seem like anyone's around here right now, thankfully.
The steel mask. It is hanging on the wall above, right? Like almost as if like a portrait, like an icon or something?
It almost appears as if the table full of entrails and the mask placed above it, it almost appears to be an altar. A sacrifice, if you will.
Gotcha. Be at the ready, whatever is here. He's fucking sick.
One must die.
Kraken.
Nobody get off the altar.
Yeah. Kraken will walk here and see that thing.
I'll just see if the altar or the mask is magical with my detect magic.
You detect no magic on the altar.
Cool. Or the mask, the creepy mask.
Or the mask. Nope. No magic.
Okay, that's good.
Any other ritual bits laying around, like on the floor, like pieces of burned up herb or like, you know, fire and stuff?
Looking around the altar, no other offerings other than the entrails themselves. It seems to be that the sacrifice was the murder itself.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Nothing
Monsieur.
comes from the corridor, right?
See that again?
Standing. I'm trying to keep like an L view. Nothing, no sounds or anything coming from that side, right?
You don't hear anything at this point in time. Yep, okay. So as we continue, Cregan, you take a few steps into this corridor, and what you do, in fact, see what appears to be a body floating in the water.
Aww. I'll walk stealthily, try to make as less noises as I can, as little noises as I can.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
As I transverse through. Should it be a disadvantage since I'm carrying a torch, or no?
For this purpose, no.
No. Ooh, I'm supposed to be good
You
at
think you think you're stealthy.
that. I will go and inspect the body.
Do I see the body by any chance?
Yes, if you guys start shuffling inside the room, all of you do in fact see this body floating in the water. Cregan, as you're inspecting the body, it's bloated. It appears to be human. It has no shirt on. And as you kind of look down at the body, you do see multiple what appear to be stab wounds in the back.
In the back. Interesting.
With the clothing that he does have on, it appears to be very much. It appears to be black, robe-like clothing material, and you have, yeah, that's all you can make out.
Okay. Does he have a mask like in a token?
He does not have a mask. No, he is human.
And he's wearing a cloak, you said.
No shirt, but he is wearing a cloak.
I'll take the cloak, as I'll take basically Craig will kind of like check the body. He will lift him by whatever garment it's wearing, see that it's dead, unwrap the cloak, throw it in the water again, and put the cloak on.
Okay, it is sopping wet. It is smelly, and you're pretty sure it's covered in an amount of blood.
It is what it is.
Is it black?
It is a black robe.
Oh, well, thank God.
No, actually, it's periwinkle. No. Okay, you've stolen a dead man's jacket. Anybody else want to do anything?
God, I wish that I had a way that I could actually clean that for him, but I do not.
No. Prestidigitation.
Yeah, now I have thaumaturgy instead. I didn't want to take 2, because they're kind of the same thing. Hold on, let me see if I can do that with anything else.
If we do encounter anything and we want to dissolve it, let's pretend I'm one of them. And you are the next sacrifices.
I'll minor illusion it so it doesn't look like it's wet. Won't look like it's disgusting, at least.
Yeah,
I can't actually clean it, so it is going to be a super gross, wet thing, but it'll look not soiled.
Hey man, we're in the sewer, so...
All right, it'll be a bit difficult because minor illusion doesn't necessarily create a huge space
Oh, true.
or effective huge space rather. So you can try, but it doesn't look that
Then
much
never
better.
mind. It's fine. He'll just look like
forget
a
about it.
wet bolted.
Dingy.
Cathala, you do anything?
I'm still looking at the walls, keeping an eye out on anything that I can find.
Okay. A brief inspection of the room. It does appear that it has crumbled somewhat in this corner over here. But as far as you can tell, nothing appears to be out of the ordinary.
And as I move up to the dead end,
You don't find anything. It appears to be a dead end.
so this guy's naked, all he had is a cloak, so I don't presume searching him, would there be a place to search him for, like anything that he might be carrying?
You won't find much.
Gotcha. It appears we have to move back. This is a dead end. There's a dead body, stabbed in the back, it seems.
Gross.
Indeed. No grosser than what I'm wearing, though. And he'll just kind of like squeeze himself to the sides and like start going back.
Was the rubble in this back corner checked?
Okay, so which side do we take here, boys?
I'm a girl, and I think we should take the south door that belongs to the bone man. And
Cathala,
I will point to this one.
what do you think?
Well, girls, I think we should go to the other one.
Man, we are at a deadlock, aren't we?
No, actually.
I'll rock, paper,
because-
scissors you for it.
Oh
So
boy.
to Cathalia. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I'm out.
Aha, okay. 1. All right. 2. Best out of 3. Okay.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We are not witnessing one of the world's
Rock, paper,
most
scissors,
awkward
shoot.
and poorly done
God damn it.
Discord
Okay.
rock paper scissors
Next
games.
Next one. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. You win. We'll go through the Bane door.
Bane.
Man,
Okay.
this reminds me that like Vegeta and Goku scene where they had like rock, paper, scissors, so they decided to fight in the tournament. Kraken will like sigh and just go and open this door.
All right. As you are passing through this area, you do notice that this door is in fact slightly creaked open.
This one at the bottom.
Take
of
it
the
back. Oh wait, you haven't communicated that, right?
Which one? Which one?
The south door.
Guys, I have a voice in my head telling me, probably hinting at me that we should go to the south one. I'm joking. If I try to peek, do I see anything?
You may make a perception check.
I will will grace you with such thing.
Thank you.
Dragon, what are you looking at?
What am I looking at?
Okay. So, as you peer through the very tiny crack in the door, from what you can see, you see lying on the floor of this otherwise empty room are the pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes, arranged in a triangular formation. A lit torch lies between them, and a rough-hewn staircase to the left leads somewhere that you are not able to discern from this juncture.
Cathalia, I'm sorry, and he will just, take a step back. Like as his hand overs to open the other door, he kind of looks at that with the corner of his eye, and he just kind of like turns his entire body, and just marches towards that and opens it.
Okay.
And holy fucking shit, what are those?
If you walk inside the room,
I will open the room and walk inside for the sake of instigation.
all right.
I wanted level 3.
No. Again, you see lying on the floor 3 bodies of humans in filthy black robes, arranged in a triangular formation. You do now see that there is a pathway down to the to your right.
Mind if you check the bodies? And Kraken will sort of like start walking in towards the stairs. Torch in hand, shield on the torch that is holding the end.
Can I, like, make a perception check to see if they're dead or if they're not dead? Like, do they look...
Make an insight check.
Like undead.
Looking from where you are, the bodies do not appear. You don't see anything that might indicate otherwise.
Okay. I will go over to this one, and I'll try to loot it and see if there's anything interesting on it.
All right. So.
This bard, who had never killed a person before, just walks in a dungeon and starts looting dead bodies.
I mean, I'm not looting it. I'm just seeing, like, if there's anything on it. Like, it's probably a cultist. We're in the cultist secret place.
So.
Roll initiative.
As you start approaching the body, you bend down, and you start kind of checking it and seeing what happened to it. The body suddenly springs up. Does a 10 hit you?
I don't think it does. Let me just triple check. No.
All right. So immediately, all 3 of them jump up. The one currently that you're right next to swings what appears to be a flail with a skull at the end of it as he attempts to bash you, but just at the nick of time, you manage to duck out of the way. I would like everybody to please roll initiative.
There we go.
Alrighty, so first up in initiative is the one and the only Margot.
Earth to Margot.
There you go. What you doing, friend? It's your turn.
Oh my god. Honestly, I don't. I'm so far away. Can I pass through that?
You can pass through your teammates' squares, but you cannot stay in them.
Roger.
From your point of time, from your point of view, you've seen everyone start walking in, and all of a sudden you just hear Requiem scream as something apparently tries to attack.
Okay, well, I can see, like, all of one of them, most of the second, and a little bit of the third.
Okay.
So the one that's straight ahead of me, I'm gonna let me just make sure that my javelin is gonna go that far before I say it confidently.
Okay.
Do it.
I will say if you attempt to throw it, it might be difficult because you do have 2 friends in front of you.
So I am going to move, like, up past Cathalia and, like, next to Requiem.
Okay. Go ahead and move it. Alrighty. So you are face to face with a very disturbing looking gentleman, older, with robes, and he's holding in one hand. He has a flail that appears to be made of a human skull. He's staring you down. What do you want to do?
Human skull. Gross. Well, I'm gonna change my target now that I'm over here, and I am going to punch him in his dead face.
In his gross-looking face. All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
I can wash my hands.
Really feeling it, huh?
I'm also gonna use my 1 key point to do 2 additional attacks.
All right. Well, a 19 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll damage for your first one. All right, 5. And you're attacking this one, correct?
The one right in front of me?
Yes. Okay. So 12,
That's fine.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Okay. You run up quickly, darting past Cathalia and Requiem, and you just do a right hook right across his jaw. He yells out in anger as he kind of feels his jaw clicking. All right, go ahead and make another attack. So you're spending 1 key point, so go ahead and roll your first and your second one. That'll hit. And that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage for both.
Hell yeah.
All right, so as everybody watches, as soon as these necromites of Mycool stand up and attempt to attack everybody inside the room, Cathalia and Requiem, you feel a breeze go by, as once not there but now is. You see Margot rear up and do a right hook on one jaw, a left hook on the other, and do an uppercut as she literally dislodges and breaks this necromite's neck. And with a very quick few hits, he falls on the ground, very much dead.
So weird.
All right, that is your action, bonus action, and movement. That is then Kregan's turn.
Can I see this person, this thing?
You turn around and you do see him attempt to attack Requiem.
Okay. Immediately as Margot just goes in front of me and I can see her basically just like punching something on the other side of the wall, I'll put out an arrow, carefully try to aim it between her legs and on the lower basically side of Requiem's arm to straightly hit the thing.
Okay.
So this is a thing though, I do get advantage due to my Natural Explorer.
Oh yeah, then go ahead.
So bonus action, I'll cast Hunter Mark on that thing, and then I will hit it with advantage with a longbow.
He is marked. That will most certainly hit.
Okay, and Hunter's Mark, that thing. I don't think I get the dueling, so it will be 14.
Oh, all right. Seeing this apparently cultist who is currently playing dead now spring to life and attempt to attack your comrade, you immediately take an arrow, notch it, and peer very, very quickly through all the chaos of Margot running up and punching a whole bunch of things. You let loose an arrow, and it just goes immediately into the forehead. He stops for a second. He kind of blinks and then falls to the ground.
Gotcha. And I'll hold my place. End of turn.
Alrighty, in that point in time, it is this guy's turn. He will come up to you, Margot, seeing that you very easily dispatched of his friend. He will actually instead drop his flail, and he'll kind of present his arm, and what you see before you is actually a skeletal hand that has razor-sharp claws coming out of it, almost like out of the bones of his fingers. And as he pulls it out, he almost seems as in pain as he attempts to rake Margot across the face.
That's horrific, Chris.
That's going to be an 11 to hit.
Good.
No.
No? All right. In that case, that's all he can do. Cathalia, your go.
Great axe. Because I've only got 1 rage left, and I'm pretty sure there's more shit here to kill.
Do it. Do it to it. God damn.
Oh, did I
Yeah.
move? Right. My bad. I didn't move. Okay,
You didn't move. You didn't move yet. There is a space right here.
Yeah, basically, that's...
That definitely hits. Go ahead and do damage. You come up and kind of shove a Requiem to the side, and pull out your great axe and just do a wide arc, cleaving him right across the chest. He screams out in agony, clutching with his skeletal hand, just kind of breathing heavily. He's not dead yet, though. But he's breathing like it's his last few breaths, and it might be in just a second. Requiem.
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery, and I'm gonna say, "Wow, that's not very cruel of you," and yeah, mock him.
In that case, you say these words aloud with your 1 psychic point of damage. How do you want to do this?
I want the cultist to react so poorly to my pun that his heart gives out and he collapses to the ground with a shake of his head.
And as you utter these words, he grabs his heart and reaches out towards the sky and then gives up on life. Falls on the floor, dead.
Oh wow, I think I just killed someone with a pun.
Congratulations.
Huh. I guess that's how you kill it with comedy. Am I right? Am I right, y'all?
All right. As the dust settles, you all take a breath of relief in the fact that there's no longer any immediate danger. Margot, you kind of shake your hands with all the vile filth that's on it from just rapid punching this man to death. And around you are 3 very, very unclean cultists.
She's not gonna search them. She doesn't want anything to do with them. She's just gonna stand there and just like look around like.
That was normal.
They are gross.
I mean, guys, we could all take their ropes and then all of us will have ropes now and we can look like cultists.
No.
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 I already
I
have one.
refuse.
Is everyone okay up there?
Yeah, we're good.
I'll check my room while they check their room.
All right, go ahead and make a real quick. Actually, don't need to make a check. Upon entering this room that you're in, Cregan, you see a sarcophagus of stone in the center of the room. You kind of walk inside, and amongst the bones and fractured bones and rags and just otherwise filth that you find in the sarcophagus, you find what appears to be a very finely made lyre inside, a crystal orb, and a wand.
Excuse me as I search what the lyre is, since, you know...
It's a harp.
Oh.
Small
I know
heart.
what that is.
So, I found a lyre, a wand, and
A lyre?
what else?
And a crystal orb.
Crystal orb. I'll pull out a knife and cut the lyre strings.
You motherfucker. They do not break.
Ooh.
What did you find? What did you find? Requiem will kind of walk over really excitedly.
Is there anything on the bodies before I head down there?
There's nothing on there other than rags and disgustingness.
Yeah, I'm not grabbing the book. Never mind. This stinks.
Okay. I will take the lyre and hold it in my hand, not trying to hide it. A wand, a lyre, and a crystal. I really like this lyre.
Can my detect magic sense anything? Is it still up?
It would be on the Bridge of Fading. You do detect that there is magic on all three of these items, but you cannot identify specifically what each one does.
Well, Kragan, if you don't mind waiting a little bit, I could identify all three of these items.
I'm in no rush.
And I'll
Yes,
go
I
ahead
take
and
it.
I'll ritual cast identify on the Lear first.
Okay. So you take 10 minutes and you just kind of hold it in your hands. Same blue light as Detect Magic was, but you're closing your eyes and you're allowing the properties of the magic item to actually come into your mind. This will take 10 minutes to do.
I was going to ask, can we kind of have a short rest here? I think people need it, and I'll spend 30 minutes of the short rest identifying all three of these items.
Okay. Because of that, you will not gain
That's
the
fine.
short rest.
I don't need it.
Okay. Then you guys may start taking a short rest.
Can I use the perception roll to just kind of check the room for
Do it.
trap door things? I rolled up there.
Oh, you did? Looking around, you don't find anything dangerous in particular. This just appears to be an empty room. And Kragan, you don't find anything of interest either in the room that you're currently in. As you're identifying all these items real quick, Requiem, you find out that the lyre is in fact an instrument of illusions. Of which I don't have a card for you specifically, but I can get to you in just a second. The lyre is an instrument of illusions. The orb is an orb of direction. And the wand is a wand of magic detection. So as you hold each of these instruments and start identifying them and casting your spell and looking over them, with the lyre, you just gently pluck a few strings. And as you start to do so, you just play a very light melody. What's something that you imagine as you're playing this?
Well, first of all, she's playing it off my hands because I'm not giving it to her yet.
Oh, well, okay. So she just like for 10 minutes, like standing, like waving it,
Yeah.
like in your hands.
And I will hold it looking at her very smugly because I know she wants it.
Okay. You do not play anything because it is currently in his possession. But you do know what it is.
Yes.
So I know you really like this lyre, but I don't know if you know this. I'm a tiefling with heritage that is illusion focused, and this happens to be an instrument of illusion. So I think, it would very much be very nice if maybe I could have it, please. And she'll give like a sweet baby face.
He'll look at it. He'll take his sword, put it on the strings. You either apologize to me or I'll cut its strings. And he will start to very slowly slide the sword.
Requiem, real quick, just make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
You know that no matter how strong the enchantment is, even if it's a minor enchantment, it cannot be destroyed by mundane items.
I'm willing to apologize, but I think we both know that sword's not going to do anything on this lyre.
Well, he kind of like watches it, shrugs, he just shoots the sword. Well, still apology if you want to take it.
All right, I'm sorry I played a joke on you. I didn't realize that it would hurt your feelings.
So petty, man.
It is yours, and he will hand it to her but this is not over yet, he'll say.
Oh, it most certainly is not. I will take the lyre, and then I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy to make his armor pink. I love it.
This happens.
I love it.
Kragan just kind of stops. He looks back at her. I can take it back.
Fight.
I will take the illusion away. I'll take the illusion away. And then I'll start focusing on identifying the other 2 items.
Okay. So we'll say this takes place before the whole short rest actually starts taking place. Okay, so you successfully identify everything. You're playing the lyre. What do you imagine while you play the lyre?
Pink elephants. Small ones. In bubbles.
As you're playing all these notes, very small winged elephants just start appearing and flying around you as you're playing this lyre.
It's amazing. Very cool.
Up to your imagination, obviously. When you're focusing on that orb, as soon as you identify this, you hold the orb forward, and it gives a pulse. And you know to turn the other way, and it gives a stronger, more rapid pulse. And once you hit a certain degree in the room, it gives a continuous, strong signal. And you know that the way that you're facing is true north.
Oh wow, this one I think would be perfect for you, Cregan, since you're so good at finding things and directions and the such. It is some sort of orb of direction. And I'll share that information to him.
May I have a look at it?
It's a very about fits in your in one hand.
Face towards the north. Might prove useful. And he just pockets it away.
There you go. You now have a compass.
Anti-compass.
And then as you pick up the wand, very quickly, once you identify it, you just know that it's just a wand that can cast detect magic.
Oh wow, cool! This uses detect magic. Does anyone want to be able to do this? I can already cast that.
I think that would be useful if I'm going in front of everyone and I see a door. Doors
Oh
are
hell
scary.
yeah!
All right, you have your items identified. Everyone can take the properties of a short rest, except for Requiem, if you haven't done so already. As you find yourself sitting, sopping wet from the waist down in this dark, very unwelcoming dungeon.
Okay. I will light another torch, because the first one ran out.
Okay.
I will send up. It's about time we move out, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah,
That's walking out.
I think so.
Margot,
Sure, why not?
Sorry.
Early riser. She springs awake and she's ready to go.
Oh, she took a 1 hour nap.
Power nap, bro.
Power naps are fine. Batman does them, so.
Yeah.
I will open this door.
All right, you open the door of
Ladman!
the door of. Holy moly! Where's my notes?
Bane.
There she is. The door of Bane. I knew that. Awesome.
Every time you open the door in this dungeon, my page snaps. It says, "Aw, snap."
Oh snap!
This will be the death of me, opening doors.
Still 10 feet?
All right.
Alright. You got it.
So you open the door, and you just see a very strong, straight and narrow corridor that does end once again in 2 feet of very foul, stagnant water.
Nope, this is mine.
Well, Cregan haven't done this way too many times before. I will actually. Do you mind? Should I use a new roll for searching now? I suppose.
Go ahead and re-roll for investigation for traps.
Gotcha. It'll be for secret. Oh, never mind.
Ooh, you think you're looking well?
Okay, I'll move forward.
No kitty.
All right.
What is this?
The water once again seeps into your trousers. So, as you guys continue forward, Cregan, as soon as you start creeping around the corner, you notice 2 figures. Actually, I'm going to read this first. The eastern room of eastern part of this room is unlit, flooded, and braced with floor-to-ceiling wooden beams. Rough hewn steps rise out of the murky water to the western portion of the room, which is dry and lit by 2 torches and sconces that flank a stone altar. Shackled to the wall behind the altar is a sickly man in a loincloth with a burlap sack over his head. An alcove in the north wall contains a freestanding suit of plate armor missing its helm. Standing before the altar are 2 grim figures. One powerfully built woman clutching a mace and an even bigger man wearing a bucket helmet. The helmet man is jabbing the prisoner with a spear, causing him to twitch. Both figures are clad in chainmail, and the woman carries a wooden shield with a leering skull painted on it. I want you to make a stealth check with disadvantage, Cregan.
Gotcha.
Holy shit.
He is Batman.
Doesn't matter.
Very nicely done. Let me do this real quick.
You said a leer in her hand?
Yeah, Lyre.
Okay. Alright. Oh, by the way, I got it to work. I just needed to enable something in my settings.
Okay.
Well done. All right. And we do. Okay. As you are approaching and rounding the corner, they do not seem to notice you as they continue on with their diligent duties.
Okay. I will take my arrow, take my bow that is hanging from my waist, load it. Yeah, fuck that. Nothing here is proper. I'll roll initiative, or no?
Are you attempting to attack?
I will attack, yes. I will attack the guy
Okay.
that is poking the prisoner with the spear.
So go ahead and roll to attack the man.
Okay. I will get advantage due to the thingy. Oh,
Yeah, you get advantage.
Yeah, due to the surprise, right? That's
Correct.
gonna be,
Natural
that.
20. Let's go.
Now I forgot to mention that, but my hunter, I would have to use basically Hunter's Mark first. If that makes any sense.
This one's time I will allow it.
Okay.
Just don't forget again.
Yeah, I just forgot that we had the short rest and it went out, but that will be a Hunter's Mark.
All right. So you Hunter's Mark the large man with a bucket helmet, and you successfully crit it.
That will be 16 damage.
16 damage. All right. Let me do this real quick.
Oh, I rolled 2 nat ones on the fucking Hunter's Mark. Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Alrighty. So you round the corner and take aim at the bucket man. The bucket man. He's now known as Bucket Man. The bucket man. And very quietly you let loose the arrow that finds its purchase in the small of his back. As he roars in anger, he swirls around and sees you around the corner, and makes a motion with the woman, and they both
Go to attack! Roll initiative, please!
Yes, certainly I will. Roll a 15.
All right, so top of the round, Cathalia, of all people. What's up with that? What are you doing?
Where I'm standing, I cannot see anything, therefore I'll have to move first.
Now do remember that the water is considered difficult terrain for you. So for every 1 square, you do have to use 10 feet of movement.
Okay. 15? Oh, I can't then. Oh yeah, I can. I can land here, right?
So that'll be 10, 20. Yeah, you can get just to there. That'll be your movement. You can have an action and a bonus action. You do have the ability to dash.
I'm gonna dash 30.
Okay, so that was 10, 20, 30. Okay, you can get to there. That is unfortunately all you can do this round. Next up, Kragan, what are you doing?
As I launch my arrow, I'm taking another one. Let loose. 15.
15 to what?
To hit on the person that I had before with the nat 20.
Hit before 15. Unfortunately, bounces right off his chainmail.
Okay. With that happening, Kragan will reposition himself right behind the pillar. And
Alrighty.
that will be the end of my turn.
All right, Margot. Arrows flying, orcs running past you. What are you doing? You are muted, darling.
I am going to move up,
Now, this is difficult terrain, so each square you move is going to be 10 feet.
so I can only move to probably there. Although, actually, hold on, I think I have 40 movement speed.
So you're 40, so you can move one square. Then you do have the ability to dash with your action, as well as your bonus action using key points.
So I can go here.
So you can, yes, that is correct. Alrighty.
We got a whale hunter on our party.
Are you going to stay there?
Yes.
Alrighty. In that case, it is the lady's turn. The Fist of Bane, as it were. Alright, so she is going to go ahead and reach back and pull out a bow of her own. And not wanting any issues with long-range attacks, she's going to target Kragan that she can see. For the sake of you hiding behind that, I will give you half cover.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be 10. Wouldn't even hit you normally, would it?
No, I got like 18 AC, 20 with that thing.
All right. So she lets loose a arrow, unfortunately missing you, hitting you right just to your left. And that is all she can do with her life at this point in time. Requiem, you are a little ways away, but that's okay.
I'm gonna. I know, I've already heard the whole water spiel, so I'm gonna make it 10, 20. I guess not really here. I can't get to this final square. And then I'm gonna give, because I don't see anybody where I'm at, I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Kragan.
How do you inspire him?
I'm gonna say, Kragan, you were right. I'm so sorry for earlier, and I believe in you.
Kragan is reluctantly inspired. Go ahead and take your 1d6 inspiration die.
Reluctantly, I know how much he loves being right.
All right, that is your bonus action. Would you like to dash using your action?
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I
you
guess
can
I
move.
can get here.
So you can
Yeah.
move an additional. So you have 30 feet. So an additional 3 squares. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back here. I don't want to take, the brunt of whatever's happening.
Perfect.
And on
All
my
right. Next up, Bucket Man. All right. So what this guy's gonna do is he's going to go down 5, 10, 20. Okay. So he's gonna run down and crash into the water, right in front of Cathalia and the Triton. He's going to look at you, Cathalia, and attempt to make a spear attack.
Okay, bring it on.
It's gonna be a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty, in that case, that's going to be... Alright, so you're going to go ahead and take 9 piercing damage from the spear as this man jumps into the water and stabs you very rudely with a spear.
So rude.
And that is all he can do. Top of the round, Cathalia.
I'm not looking great. So I'm rage.
That was max damage too. Max damage spear.
Yeah. I will rage.
Rage! As Cathalia screams.
And I will attempt to hit her with my great axe.
Do so. An 18 will hit. Go and roll damage. 12 damage. All right. Gotcha. So you lift your great axe in the air and attempt to swing down at this bucket man. You actually catch the bucket as it's coming down, leaving a gash where you can see his one piercing eye staring directly at you as it continues down, scratching him, or rather cutting him very deeply across the shoulder. He's none too happy about it. Alrighty. In that case, Cregan, your go. You have an inspiration. Do you remember that?
I do. Cregan will throw his bow at Requiem for her to hold it, and he will move here. As he moves, he will pull out his longsword and will attempt to pierce this guy right at the socket of his eye.
Roll a hit.
Yeah.
That will most certainly hit. Roll damage, my guy.
Shit, man, I'm rolling like fuck. That's gonna be 10 damage.
10 damage plus Hunter's Mark. Yes, that works with melee as well?
Yeah. Hunter's Mark, everything.
Okay, so that's going to be 10 total damage. Perfect. All right, you come up and he looks at you as you dart over, seemingly unencumbered by the water that you're charging through. You attempt to swipe up and actually launch his helmet out, off of his head, which only seems to enrage him even further.
Cregan will put his back on his back, basically try to support himself on his back, and he's gonna change the Hunter's Mark to this woman as a bonus action.
Okay. She is now marked. Up next, Margot, sorry. What are you doing?
Polo.
Polo!
I'm gonna beat that guy in front of me, his ass, with my fist.
Alrighty.
His face, not his ass.
Attempt to do so. 13. Unfortunately, as you go to strike him, it bounces right off his chest. And that's another key point. Unfortunately, as you're attempting to go into your roundhouse flurry of hits, not only does it not seem to hit exactly where it needs to go, but he actually catches the last one and begins turning your fist over, staring at you directly in your eye. So that's your action, bonus action. You don't want to move? Nope. Alrighty. In that case, it's going to be the woman's turn. She's going to go ahead and pull out her mace that she has on her side and charge towards you, Cregan, with it in hand, attempting to strike you with your back turned. That's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit.
Alrighty, in that case, that's going to be a grand total of 7 bludgeoning damage to your person.
Gotcha.
Come here.
Alright, so that's all she can do at the moment. Requiem, your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna move one step forward, and I am going to this woman try and use dissonant whispers on her.
Okay, remind us what that does, friend.
You whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, wrecking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, such as a fire or a pit. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move away. A deafened creature automatically succeeds on the save.
Okay, so it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, and beat my 14.
All right, so unfortunately, it does have advantage on saving throws in the middle of combat, so we'll see how this goes. That's going to be 19, unfortunately.
God damn it.
So it has no effect?
Yeah, it doesn't have any effect. Oh wait, no, on a failed
Half
one.
as much damage.
On a successful, half as much, and it doesn't have to move away. Okay, so go ahead and roll your damage, and it'll take half. All right, 6. It's going to go ahead and take... Oh, that is half damage already. Okay, so you attack the man.
Yeah, and then...
Okay.
I guess that's all I can do. So yeah, I'll end my turn here.
Okay, sounds good. In that case, it's going to be the big man himself peering into Margot's eyes as he has one fist grasping her whole other one. He's going to attempt to rear back with his spear and attempt to attack you with it, Margot. This is going to be a 12 to hit. Nope. All right. So even in the grasp of this, just for flavor's sake, you do manage to duck out of the way. As he does this, though, he actually points back at the person behind him and yells out an order.
Get that guy behind me!
And she does so and immediately is allowed to take a melee attack against Kregan, which is going to be a 21.
Yeah, that will hit.
Alrighty. And that's going to be... It's going to be a grand total of 9 bludgeoning damage to you, Kregan.
Gotcha.
I'm rolling very well on these attacks.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Alrighty, but unfortunately that is the end of his turn. Top of the round, Cathalia.
I'm gonna try and take this one down for another time.
Alrighty. 23 will absolutely hit.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
That was the one that gave the orders?
Yes.
Alright. So, upon hearing the order, I will go, oh, no, you don't! Crack it into the clavicle and into the chest.
Alright. And one fell swoop, you carve not only through his clavicle, but through his rib cage and find it stuck right near the edge where the end of the rib cage is. He loses the light in his eyes as he looks at you with the fear that he knows he's currently about to pass, and he slumps over.
Okay.
All right, that's your action. Do you want to do anything?
I can move now.
You can.
I can move. So I'm going to.
You reposition yourself next to Kregan. Sounds good. Speaking of which, your turn, sir.
So as she
The
was
woman is
attacking,
standing behind you.
Yeah. As she was attacking Kregan, actually Kregan put his back into the enemy's back to face the woman. So as the woman is attacking, as the woman is attacking Kregan, Kregan lifts his like leather shield, but unfortunately the strength of the attacks, one of them just makes sort of his arm go a little bit numb, and then she raises for a second attack, which he blocks again, but then just like, almost breaks his forearm. He is on his knees as the attacks kind of like, force him down. He is going to lunge forward with his longsword, though. Do I still have Bardic Inspiration, or was that just a one-time thing?
You used your inspiration.
Gotcha.
So you did not get another one, so that is used up.
Gotcha. That will be 15. I'm assuming it misses.
15 will actually... will miss, unfortunately, as she also has a wooden shield on her arm as she it kind of comes down chopping style as she bats it off and looks at you in the eyes and just smiles.
Gotcha. Kregan will kind of like dance right over here, kind of like encircling her behind.
Okay. As you do so, you notice the statue just to your left, just looking at it again, seeming to be a full plate statue with no helmet. Doesn't have any effects, just for flavor, because it's tasty. All right, and that is your turn, correct?
Yep, that will be my turn.
All right, Margot, what are you doing?
I am gonna move and unarmed strike.
Do it.
Do it. Ooh.
Natural 20. All right. Well done. Roll to that damage. A grand total of 7 damage. Very well done. All right. And do you want to use your bonus action to do one more? So just so you know, as a monk, if you do make an attack with your action for that round, you are allowed 1 free unarmed strike as your bonus action.
Without using any resources. Yeah.
Without using any resources.
Then definitely, yeah.
Okay, then go ahead and roll another one. The flurry of blows is you can use your bonus action to use a key point to do 2 instead of just the 1.
I understand.
All right, then just go ahead and roll another one. And again, it hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Another 5. All right, you streak around the dead body as you come up in the chest, piercing through the armor that this lady has. And that is your turn. It is her turn, however. Seeing that she is in a dire situation, to just have the last laugh, at least with one battle, she's going to turn around and once again, Kregan, she's going to try to hit you with a mace.
Gotcha.
All right, that's a 20 to hit.
Yep.
That's going to be another 9 damage.
Yeah. This time his arm will fail him, like it has gone completely numb, swollen. He will be unable to block the attack as it just hits him right in the chest, sending him down.
Cregan is officially unconscious. As she stands over your body, giving a very sneer smile and just saying, my turn. All right, that's all her turn she can do. Requiem.
All right. I'm gonna bonus action healing word on Cregan.
All right.
And then I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on her, and I'm gonna say, looks like all your attempts are in vain.
Oh.
With like the stupid anime, like, and that'll end my turn.
Unfortunately, that is a natural 20 on the Vicious Mockery. She looks at you and just cowls and says, my Lord Bane will see you all suffering.
Doubtful.
All right. He's dead. Cathalia. Finish it. Let's go.
How bad is he looking?
She's looking. She's putting on a facade of strength, but she's not doing well. Unfortunately, as you're swinging over, she sees you coming just in the nick of time and dodges immediately to the left, sending your great axe to the floor.
If I move its attack of opportunity, I got no bonus action. That's my turn.
All right, revenge time. Cregan, you're up. You're prone on the floor. You can use half your movement to canned up. Canned up.
I will try to canned up, but
Canned up.
my arm is just like fucking beaten. I cannot find the right balance.
All right, you stand up and just getting the healing magic, giving you the burst of energy that you need to keep fighting. You attempt to stand up and swing your sword once more, but she catches it again with his shield. Looks at you, frowning, saying, "You need to stay down." Margot.
So I guess I'm gonna attack the person in front of me again.
Do it.
Same spiel.
Shame spiel. Whatcha?
Oh.
17 just barely misses as she, now learning your pattern, dodges out of the way the right time.
Bonus attack.
Can I do one more?
You can do one more. All right, readjusting yourself, you now managed to finally land a blow on her chin. Go ahead and roll damage for that. Alrighty. You do a Shoryuken, kind of like hitting her right on the bottom of the jaw. She's now catching her breath, cuts and bruises everywhere. She's on death's door, but she's still fighting. As she does, she's going to look just exasperated, just fighting for her life. She's going to turn to the Triton and try attacking you instead, Margot, with a 7 to hit. Unfortunately, you dodge out of the way with your monk, Augusto, in your monk shit.
Edge at a time.
Triton. Fish person. All right. Requiem.
Talk shit to it.
I'm gonna take out my crossbow and I'm gonna try and not hit her.
Goes wide, unfortunately. Your crossbow that you're not so used to fighting with, only in desperate measures. You pull it out, and it actually. Oh, that's how it works.
Oh wow! This thing's harder than it looks in all the songs I've heard. Or all. Okay. And I will give Craig. I will give Cathalia Bardic Inspiration.
Alrighty.
And I'll end my turn.
How do you inspire her?
I'm gonna say, "Come on, Cathalia! I know you can do it. You're so tall. This woman's really short.
Fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Fuck him up."
Fuck him up! Alrighty. You feel inspired, Cathalia. Go ahead and take your 1d6. He's dead, and it is your turn.
Wow, that changes things for me. Okay.
As soon as this fight's over, Carmen, we will go ahead and end the session for tonight.